Hi muckers, welcome back to my channel. It's very cold right now. It is currently, let me show you, it is 8:17 in the morning and it is Tuesday the 29th of November. I was about to say December, you would never know. It's going so quickly, the timing. And anyway, there's so many birds flying above my head. It's terrifying me. I am currently in Derry. I'm back home and I wanted to do a little kind of morning routine like what I'm doing today. Not like one of those YouTubers like I wake up and you know I do my skincare and I wash my hair and I go for coffee and I go meet up with my friends and like that. No, we've skipped that, and also we're not meeting up with any friends or anything like that. I just was up really late and I slept through most of yesterday. Like I literally slept through the entire day. And then I woke up at midnight and I've been awake since midnight, so I thought I may as well take advantage of this time and show you a little bit around Derry, because we haven't done this in probably like actually years. So I wanted to show you, they just put up the Christmas decorations and they're all lit up. They literally just lit them yesterday, if I'm correct. My hair is soaking wet from the shower, but let me show you. So this is what the Christmas looks like. I love that there's a police car right there ruining the vibe, but we'll imagine that that's not there. So we have the Christmas lights, we have the Guildhall right here, and we're seeing a lot of students walking to school right now, and I feel so bad for them. First of all, this is what the outfit's like. It's pretty just lazy. I'm just really cold, so we're trying to combat that. But yeah, I'm seeing so many students walking, and they're all wearing like the uniform of what my old school was, my secondary school, which was from whenever I was like 11 until 16, 17. And I'm so not envious of them all in this cold, because I feel that whenever you were waking up for school in this cold, it almost felt even more extreme of the cold, and our school used to never put on the heating. And it was just like such a bleak experience in the morning. So I'm seeing all them go by. And whereas I used to be like on my days off from school, seeing like fellow people, I'd be like, haha, enjoy school, bitch. Now I'm like 20 years old and I'm like, I feel bad for you. Like my heart genuinely goes out to you, because I know that you don't want to mentally do this day of going to school. Look how red my hands are. So yeah, I'm very excited to be back home. I really am. And if you do not know, I'll say it really briefly because I feel like I've been through this, but the reason that I am home is because my dogs are back in Ireland. I'm in Derry, I live in Derry. And it's meant that I've been able to base myself out of here because my friend, Emily, has been looking after my kitty cats. So it's basically meant that I can fly back and forth whenever I want, and I'm flying back to Brighton, you know, every like weekend or, you know, a couple days throughout the week, just to kind of maintain the apartment, because it is very cold and I do need to keep, you know, the heating on a couple, you know, hours every like week so that the apartment doesn't, you know, get very cold. And it's a very window heavy apartment, as you're aware, and that can, you know, that causes so many issues with like mold and stuff like that. You know, this is just like being an adult now. Like I never would have considered any of this stuff, but that's why I'm like flying back and forth. And also to kind of see my friends and kind of keep the momentum of Christmas in Brighton, having traditions there, and also having Christmas in Derry and having my traditions here. So yeah, I'm super excited for today. The reason I love coming out in the morning as well is because there's not a lot of people. I mean, there is right now, I'm gonna be honest, because it's all people going to school. My nose is just running because it's so cold. We're gonna get past that, okay? Babes, we are gonna be hanging out today and it is very cold. We are outside. We are gonna look past the fact that I keep doing that. Now this is a workplace right here. Now they may be looking at me while I'm filming, and there's also a workplace over there, which, you know, they may be looking at me when I film. And to film in the streets of Derry is a lot less common than filming in the streets of like London or Brighton or Paris or anything like that. So I am expecting a lot of people to wonder what I'm doing today. And I remember whenever I was here last Christmas and I was filming, this like elderly couple came up to me and they were like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm just talking to my friends. And they were like, what? And I was like, I'm just doing a school project. That was like an easier explanation. So yeah, I am gonna go and get breakfast soon. There is like a gas stop near, well, it's not nearby at all. It's like 20-30 minute walk, but it's one of my favorite ones. It's called Centra. It's not like that exciting, but they do hot food and it's really good, and they have like coffee machines in there and I love it. So we're gonna go there. We have nothing like that in Brighton, so I love coming back here and going to like a real, you know, good like gas stop food, you know, like hot food. I love that. I miss that whenever I'm in Brighton. But yeah, today, what's on my mind immediately as I'm leaving the house is like, wow, this is the time that I would, you know, normally be getting up and going to school, waiting for the bus, freezing like this because your uniform really added no warmth and you weren't allowed to, you know, have coats on, or you weren't allowed to have jumpers on. They were so strict about that. So you were just standing there like freezing like that. Luckily, I left my house and left like the bus stop near my house before the students got there. So that was great. It meant that I didn't have to, you know, feel scared walking by. Yes, I do feel scared walking by people that are younger than me. So, because it just is, you just feel the judgment. So I was very excited to get out before they started getting to the bus, but now is the time. Like, let me actually think about it. So yeah, it's like 8:30. Normally 8:30 we would get the bus and we would get into school for like 8:45, and then our day would start at like 9:15. And I never think about going to school or whatever like that, you know, like the routine of it that deep whenever I'm not in Derry, because there's so many like little reminders throughout the town where I'm like, oh, you know, there's where I would get my coffee before I got the bus, or, you know, there's the shop I would go and get a sandwich. It's like, it's really weird and nostalgic. And listen, I hate my time at school, but I am looking at, you know, the routine of it, and I will look back on it and try romanticize it in any way to make myself feel better. And I think I'm doing a pretty successful job at that today. I'm just in a good mood and I'm loving seeing the Christmas lights. And yeah, so again, this is my view currently. Oh, the police car left. That's nice. Doesn't fuck up the frame anymore. Here we go, but it's very beautiful. There's like little Christmas trees over there in the distance that are like the same size that you can see. All of these streets, you know, the trees have lights on them. Down there has a bunch of lights as well, and it's just really festive. And if I come over here, so like, look at this. This is like really cute. There's this really big street which always has a bunch of Christmas lights on it. You're seeing like the different Christmas lights, right? It's just super festive. They're not all on right now, only a couple of them, but normally this street throughout the day has lights going all the way down there. You can kind of see them, but they're just not lit up right now. I will eventually show you them, but the sky is just a nice color as well today. It's like a little bit of a sunrise going on, and I'm loving it. Okay, I'm gonna make my way down there to where the party's happening apparently. Okay, I've now been to the little gas stop and I got my food. I got a cappuccino and 4 sausages. Good morning. Okay, let me try this. Because I added a bunch of vanilla syrup, which is my go-to whenever I go to like a cafe. So let's see if I was able to mimic it myself. It's pretty, it's pretty bad. Finally, the number of like school kids that are around me has died down, which is really nice for my confidence. Not even like filming, just my confidence like walking around, because they are scary. They're scary. Are you seeing the like fog, by the way? It is really foggy today. Literally just got like 4 sausages. Cheers. The world really is our oyster. Like, what did I do today? Did I go to the pet shop? I think I might go to the pet shop. There's a pet shop called Dolly's here, which is not like one of the really big chains, but like a smaller kind of chain. I might get the dogs some treats. Who knows? My old school is around here. Should we try break into my old school? We could do that. I do really need to go to the bathroom because I drank a lot of water. You can tell by my stance. A lot of water before I left the house today. So there's a supermarket right here. I might go in there and use the bathroom and then go on my day. We're gonna do that. Now that's if it's open. This cappuccino sucks. Really bad. It's awful. But look how nice it is down by the water. Oh my god, there's a little Peppa Pig drawing. That's cute. I don't know when it happened, but Derry has been like completely made over. Like there's so many different like, they're artificial grass areas, but like there's so many different parts of these areas now, and it really has made the city look a lot nicer. Good job, Derry. This man who's running behind me has just made my day. I could see that he was mouthing something whenever he was in the distance to me, and I was wondering what he was saying. Maybe he was on a phone call or whatever like that. So he runs by me and he goes completely fucking silent, and it's awkward for like 5 seconds. And then he starts talking again, but like really loudly, and I'm like, what is going on over there? And I realized that he was singing. It was very cute. Very cute. He can sing around me. I hope he didn't feel that he couldn't sing around me. There is some sort of like Oh, it's the fucking clock at like whenever the timing. That's what's happening. I was wondering what that noise was. Yeah, it must be the top of the hour. I had to think what that saying was because I don't think I've ever said that in my life. Well, it's always a first. Okay, this is a very bizarre angle, but I just went in. It's like so early. I didn't know if my Nana and Granda were gonna be awake. No shade, but they're like old, so I was like, old people like wake up really early. And that was true. I went in and I got coffee. My Nana made me a cup of coffee, and I was sitting in talking with my Nana and Granda. That's one of my favorite things about coming home. This is really nice and peaceful. I'm really enjoying my little morning here. And so yeah, it was really good seeing them. I was giving them all the tea and all the updates, not about the YouTubers, but about Brighton and what's going on in my life, and it was really good seeing them. And it always is just such like, is the right word like humbling? Like it's, I just enjoy talking with them because it kind of just always like brings me back to like what really matters, because we talk about like life updates and family and friends and stuff like that, and it's like a moment of, they don't care about, you know, the negativity that, you know, is out there and all those kind of things. So it's just like a really wholesome conversation, and I always just really enjoy catching up with them. And I really love their neighborhood. I love their neighborhood, and it always just reminds me of family and being home, and so I always make it a priority to come and visit them. And normally whenever I'm back home in Derry, it's during like Easter holidays, or, you know, some sort of like time when like my parents are off work. So I normally go in to my Nana and Granda's like every single day with like my mum, but obviously my parents work full-time, so it's kind of harder to get in because they're like on the opposite side of town. So I kind of have to like walk in myself, because it's really hard to get taxis here, and there's like no such thing as like Uber in Derry. But I still really make it a priority, and today being awake early and catching them, and even my Nana and Granda, like my Granda was like, he was like, where do you have to go after this? And I was like, oh, like I'm just gonna meet up with a couple of my friends, I'm gonna walk around a bit. And he was like, oh, like me and your Nana are going out, you know, for the day, and we're going to the beach and all like this, like do you want to come with us? I can't, because I need to go back to the dogs, and I have a couple calls that I need to do. But I told them, sorry, I need to burp. Oh, there's a car coming. I told them that, you know, I'll come down in a couple days time, we can do that. Bye bye car. Hi car, bye car. I told them I'll come back in a couple days and get that done, because I would love nothing more than just like a wholesome day with my Nana and Granda. But until then, it was just really good catching up with them, and I haven't seen them in a while. And yeah, I'm just kind of like uplifted now. Like it really does just kind of like bring me back to like what matters. And is that cringy to say that? I don't know. It's just, it's nice seeing them. It's a really weird camera angle, and I feel like there's like wet on the camera. There is, like right there. Did I get it? I think I got it. Hey bestie. Okay, hi. So it is currently around 12:30, and I am back in the house. And okay, so a lot kind of happened between the last clip and this clip. One of those things is I went to the pet shop right before going to my Nana and Granda's house, but I didn't have time to show you what I got, so I may as well show you now. So I got this, which is luxury chewing stockings. So it's a bunch of like different Santas and reindeers, and these have no rawhide in them, so these are safe for the animals. So I got this. I got a bunch of these dental sticks. They love puke dogs. These dental sticks are so good. None of this is sponsored, but I hate that I even have to say that. But none of this is sponsored, but these are really great. And if another company wants to pay me, I will say their company is even better. Okay, then I got these, which is disgusting. It is some kind of bone. Don't like touching that. I got these chicken strips that they love. I got these meat treats that they love. I basically stocked up. I got these toys because Bonnie, the Frenchie, loves kind of these toys she can destroy. So I got this. And then also this, which the Frenchie loves as well. My mom has a Frenchie, my mom and dad. So the two Frenchies love pulling at either side of this. Alright, okay, but let me tell you what happened. So the dogs are currently out going to the bathroom. So I have 5 minutes to kind of brief you on what happened. So I went into my old college, not the one that I'd be making the joke that I was going to go into, but my tech that I like graduated from. I went into that because one of my friends is still in there. He's doing like a higher end course now, so I went and saw him, and I was like, you know, am I able to come in? Like, I don't want to overstep any boundaries if you're in class, like whatever. And he was like, no, like we basically like finished our work and we're just, you know, talking, whatever. So I went in, and one of my old professors, like one of my old teachers, was not teaching because he was just coming in and out of the classroom, whatever. He was there. Now I feel really bad because he was one of my last kind of experiences of tech and like that I went to, and we really didn't, you know, get along at the end of it. Basically, we very much so had creative differences when it came to, he didn't like my work and I was really fighting for him to like it, and he really didn't like it, and then I was getting, you know, upset about that because I really thought my work was good, and you know, he really couldn't see my angle with it, and I was just like in a really emotional, depressed state, and that's ended up why I dropped out, was because of that full experience, and it kind of just pushed me over the edge, and I was waiting for a moment to drop out. Anyway, I did end up graduating because I got all my work done, but whatever. He was in there, and I know that he doesn't like me. He really doesn't like me, and I don't blame him. I really don't have any, you know what I mean? But, you know, it was nice seeing him. I have, like, no problems with him, but I know that he doesn't like me, and that's fine. I completely respect it. And whenever I was in the classroom, he came in after, like, 20 minutes, and he was like, oh, like, why are you back in Derry? And it was more so like a, why are you back in Derry? Rather than, why are you back in Derry? And listen, even, like, my friends were kind of laughing at it because it really did just come across as, like, Adam, leave, like, I don't like you. But anyway, I mean, it was great seeing my friend. It was great being back in my old classroom and stuff like that. And, you know, it was even great seeing the teacher. Like, he is a very talented teacher, and we really didn't get along, and that's completely fine. He is, you know, great at what he does, and he honestly was, like, a really nice man as well. It honestly just boiled down to the fact that, like, whatever. So that was a bit awkward. But it was great seeing my friends, and I'm kind of just back now. It's like 12 p.m. and I'm like, I want to do something. Like, what's next? What's next? I'm not tired yet, and I'm like, what's next? Like, we don't have much sunlight, so I'm like, what can I do? I'm like, do I just go back into town? There isn't much to do in Derry. Like, there's not a lot to do here. Like, the same can be said for Brighton. Like, after a while, there's not, you know, many new things that you can do. But, you know, I can get the train to London, or I can, whatever. There's not much to do here. There's not much to do. I'm just like, if my animals were not, like the dogs, if they were not here, I would be back in Brighton right now. And I am going back to Brighton in, like, a couple days anyway. But I'm just like, there's really nothing to do. So. Yay! Anyways, I'm excited for the girls to get all of their new stuff, so I'm gonna let them in right now. I kind of forgot to tell you guys that Dolly did get her hair cut, and oh shit, she did get her hair cut, and they cut her very short. So I'm just gonna let Dolly. Do you want to come up? Dolly, do you want to turn around? This is Dolly. They cut her very short. We told them that we wanted her to be cut quite short because she basically, like, it's very hard to get her hair appointments when she's in Brighton, so it's like, may as well get it done now. They took our word for it a little bit too strongly, and she literally looks like Santa's little helper from fucking Simpsons, right? Now, I think she looks cute. I've seen her for a couple days now, and she almost looks like a little greyhound or a little Italian greyhound. Like, this is not Dolly. Like, I don't want her to look like this forever. But the woman cut her short, where I literally meant, you know, cut her down a little bit so she's still, like, curly and whatever. Like, no, they thought I meant let's take everything off. So she's in her bad haircut phase right now. So I did just want to show you so you weren't startled or think I got another dog. Anyway, okay, girls, what should we go for first? So, we have this new toy. Look, oh, she's seeing it. Bonnie, look, new toy. Oh, Bonnie loves these kind of toys. I told you that, okay? Yes, you love these kind of toys. Okay, I know, what should we go for first? I know you love your dental sticks, but I kind of want to see if you like the bone. Okay, I really don't want to touch this. So, I really don't want to touch it. Girl, excuse me, have some patience. Have some patience, please. Fuck me, have some patience. I'm literally like holding her back like a bouncer. Okay. Should we try it? What does it smell like? Bonnie, don't eat that, please. Mmm, smells so good. Okay, I really don't want to touch it. So can you like take your own one, please? Take it. Take it. Take it. Okay, grab it. Grab it. They don't seem to be loving it. Good girl. Good girl. Very clever girl. Go on, you can grab it out. I don't want to touch it. Please, grab it. We're not going to fight over it. Grab it. Good job. Almost there. Grab it. Grab it. Come on. You're very close to grabbing it. Okay, good job. Grab it, queen. There you go. You're so close. There you go. Good job. Good job. Okay, Dolly, do you want it? Good job. There you go. Mmm, so fucking yummy. And then we're gonna give Molly one as well. Molly is my parents' dog. Molly, do you want one? Good girl. Oh, wow, really not a big fan of this. Oh, no, she took it. Yeah, she took it. All right. Great, that was £10 for that, and we only have one left. Y'all better fucking enjoy it. I mean, Bonnie seems to be loving it over there. Yeah, Bonnie seems to be loving it. Molly seems to be loving it. Dolly couldn't give a shit. Yeah, she really doesn't care, but you know what Dolly will love even more? A little dentist stick. You would love a little dentist stick, wouldn't you? Look at this. She'll prefer this any. And she's gonna sit with it between her paws. What did I tell you? She does the same thing every time. She holds it with her paws. It's so fucking cute. So she's happier with a £1 dentist stick than a I don't know what that was. Or a £10 bone. But the dogs are not happy. So, yay, proud dad moment. So Dolly is loving the dentist stick. Please don't laugh at her in the comments. We'll have to not tell her that if you're bullying her, but please. I know she's very short and she looks completely different and not like herself, but please don't bully her because she was really embarrassed when she came home. She was blaming me. Sorry, I didn't know that they meant short. I'll know in future. So sorry about that, Dolly. I'm sorry about that. Bonnie is loving the bone. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear you're enjoying it. And Molly is enjoying the bone as well. So very happy to hear it, girls. Dolly loves these things so much. Look, she's ignoring the expensive bone beside her and she prefers that instead. But Bonnie is just gnawing on it with her back to me. So everyone's happy. Everyone's happy. Yummy, Molly? Is that yummy? Is that so yummy? You're making a mess. I'm gonna get in trouble for you all making a mess. But at least you're happy. Okay, I mean, she made a mess. She started eating the bone, but I have now given them these little Christmas, I don't know what they are, Christmas chews as well. They're like meaty or something like that. Bonnie has, sorry, can I take it? Oh my goodness, let me take it, girl. She's, thank you. It's a little Santa Claus. Oh my god, she was refusing to give that to me. And then Dolly has a little reindeer. They're really cute. Look at the mess from the bone. But yeah, they're really sweet girls and they're very easy to please. So they're both loving these, which is great. I'm gonna need to go to that pet shop more often because they have a lot of really great stuff that like my ones back in Brighton really don't. Are you happy? Happy. You good, Bomb Bomb? They're seeming to love it. Okay, hi muckers. So it is currently 2:40 in the morning. Let me actually prove this to you because some of you might not believe me. It's 2:50, sorry, in the morning, and I just woke up. So I was with the dogs for a while, and I ended up taking Dolly out for a walk. And because Bonnie hates being outside, so I normally take Dolly with me. So me and Dolly went for a walk, and I didn't take my phone with me because I was getting quite tired because I had been up since midnight, which again, I'm doing the exact same thing today, which is just don't follow my sleeping schedule. But I had a great day. I did get in and I immediately went to bed, and so I just woke up now, and yeah, I really had a good day, and I really enjoyed like walking around, and like being able to like talk with all of you like gave me an excuse to go around town, and I was very thankful for that. So thank you for joining me if you did, and I will see you in my next one, and thank you for being here. And if you enjoy the vlogs, please let me know, and yeah, okay, bye. Good morning, everyone. There is the most beautiful sunrise happening in Derry today. Let me actually show you it real quickly. Like the entire sky has been taken over by this really deep, kind of pinkish, and I haven't seen something like this in a while, especially in Derry, and it is very beautiful. And whenever something like this happens, I cherish every single moment of it. So it is currently 8:06 a.m. very early again that I'm awake, and the reason for that is because I woke up at 2 a.m. and I'm walking to go get food in town because I'm hungry and nowhere has been open for hours, and they're finally open. This is when a lot of people wake up this time of day. I wonder what time you wake up. Like, please comment down below. Like, what time do you normally wake up and go to bed at? Because for me it fluctuates, but right now I'm kind of in this period where I don't care when I'm going to bed, I don't care when I'm waking up, I just appreciate being awake whenever it's bright outside, because again, during winter time it's really hard to kind of get any sort of light. And by the way, if anyone has any of them like sunset lamps or, you know, lights that are like stimulating like what the sun would do, let me know if they're any good, because I hear that that is a big way to avoid, you know, like a lack of sunlight. Because I was looking up last night and there's actually a couple days coming up, especially in like December, January, where it's light outside for like 3 hours, which is fucking terrifying. So anyway, I'm gonna walk into town, get some food, maybe look at the sights for a little bit, and then kind of decide what I'm doing with my day. I have no idea what I'm doing today. All I know is that I probably should head back to Brighton over this weekend or like Monday. So maybe I'll go back to Brighton today, or maybe I'll go somewhere else today. I don't know. We'll figure out what we're gonna do. The world is our oyster, muckers. I've started every fucking video by saying that. Alright, silly billies. I don't know if I should call you the silly billy or me the silly billy or both of us, because we're both going on this. So I'm very dressed up right now. I have my little outfit on, I have my jeans on, and I'm going to Paris. Going to Paris. So, this was not planned. Didn't know whenever I woke up. You know, I had been thinking whenever I was walking to get food earlier, like maybe I'll get the bus to Belfast, maybe I'll get the bus to Dublin, maybe I'll do something, because I've kind of ran out of things to do in Derry. And that sounds dramatic, but like, there's not that much to do here. And I have the dogs here, and that's all great, and we're loving spending time with each other, but even that, there's only like so much that I can like film. And I have the dogs here in Derry, which is a very rare thing ever, because normally whenever I go on trips, I have to, you know, get my dog sitter and I have to check their availability, and it's like a lot of money. And thankfully my parents are looking after my dogs right now. And this is like a golden opportunity of where I was flying back to Brighton anyway. So I need to be back in Brighton this weekend. And I was like, I was gonna fly to Brighton today. Let me see if there's any flights to Paris. Like, let me see. So I look on, and there's one flight to Paris today. It departs at 5:30 p.m. And I was like, I messaged my parents and I'm like, would you like allow me to go? And it sounds weird because I haven't asked my parents for permission to like go on a trip since I was like 18, but because they were with the animals, I was like, I was gonna go back to Brighton, but I'm gonna go back, you know, like 2 days earlier so I can go to Paris and then go to Brighton, then come back again. So then I'm gonna be back in Derry for a week and then I go to New York. And they were like, yeah, do it. And my mum loves whenever I go and I'm able to vlog it, and you know, I'm just so happy in Paris. They're really supportive of it. And I was like, okay. So I booked it, and it's currently 1:30. I'm gonna get the bus to the airport at 2. I'm gonna get to the airport at 4:30, or no, 3:30, and then my flight is 5:30. I have my face up really high, by the way. I'm not trying to be like, ooh, like jawline or anything, because it's like not really there today. But basically because the only light coming down is from right here, and if I do this, it's just really unflattering. So we're just trying to do the high angle right now. So I booked everything super last minute. I was like booking things for the day. So like the hotel that I was checking into today, the flight that I was getting on today, and I haven't done this in a long time because I haven't really gone on like a spontaneous trip in a while. I've normally like planned them out in advance. For example, like the New York trip next week or the week after, 2 weeks time, has been planned for ever since Mariah Carey announced the tour dates. So this one was fun. It was like literally last minute. And so I'm staying in a different avenue of Paris than I've ever stayed in before. I've never stayed anywhere close to this area before. There was actually a surprising number of hotels available. This one was kind of just screaming out to me, and it was an area in Paris that my friends recently stayed at, and they thought it was like a really safe and nice area. Didn't have a lot of it had a lot of locals. Sorry, I still am like woken up at like 2 a.m. so I'm like starting to get tired. So this is gonna be a disaster of a day. Or maybe it's not, it's gonna be a fun day. But there's not a lot of tourists, but a lot of locals. So it's gonna be more of a Parisian experience, and I'm very excited for it. So booked the hotel, booked the flights, then I've booked my flight for, you know, going to London so I can go to Brighton for a couple days and then I can come back to Derry again. So I got it all booked, and that's what I've been doing within the meantime. But now I'm gonna walk into town to get the bus, and yeah, we're going to Paris. But I'm meeting up hopefully with one of my friends tonight, and we are gonna go to like a little underground jazz bar club. We're gonna see if that works out. If she comes with me, that's great. If she doesn't come, I think I'm still gonna go on my own, depending on if I haven't fallen asleep by that stage. But I'm only in Paris for a couple days, so I'm gonna make the most of it, and it's my favorite city in the entire world. Yeah, I would say Paris is my favorite city in the entire world, and then it's followed by New York. So we are gonna go to Paris together, and it's gonna be super fun. I guess this is really vlogmas then. Like, Jesus, like we're gonna be vlogging the next couple days. It's gonna be fun. Okay, let's do it. I'm so excited! Okay, I have made it to Belfast Airport. It was only a couple days ago that I was here. It was actually this day, like last week. If you watched my vlog when I flew from Brighton to London, I was sitting over there, and now we're here. So it is so cold in Belfast. Oh my god, I like can't even hold my camera, and I'm like yawning because I've been up for a long time. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna get like a Red Bull at the bar in here, and I'm probably gonna sit with like a glass of red wine to kind of kickstart the Parisian experience. If you know, I love my red wine whenever I go to Paris. It's just so fucking cold right now, I'm literally shaking. But yeah, I'm super excited. Like, this is super unplanned. I love unplanned trips because they're just so spur of the moment, and I was not expecting to do this today. So I'm just hoping that I can like keep it together enough to be awake, clearly, for my travel. I get into Paris at like 8 p.m. and then I'm going to drop off at the the hotel, and then I'm gonna go and hopefully meet one of my friends out. That's my goal. My goal is to kind of stay awake until that point. And yeah, I'm very excited, but I'm gonna go into the airport now. I think I'm gonna have like an hour and a half maybe, and my mom is calling me, so I'm gonna go talk to her. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Okay, we are now an hour ahead. We are in Paris. There we go. I'm currently trying to figure out this airport. This airport in Paris is so confusing. I'm following every single sign I can. Yeah, we're an hour ahead. I'm trying to figure out where the pickup for Uber is. I always forget, and then I'm like, oh, it's so easy. I'm gonna try to figure it out. I think I'll find it. I'll find it. Okay, I found it. All I had to look for was a big sign that said 2B. So I've called my Uber and I'm talking to him through Google Translate. So it's gonna take like 30-40 minutes to get to the hotel, and then I'll update you from there. Welcome to Paris, bitch. Hi muckers! Hi muckers! So we have made it to the hotel. I'm getting more delirious and more tired as the day is going on, but I have made it to the hotel, and this is the room. I'll kind of give you like a quick little overview. I've never stayed in a room like this before, where it's like all colored, like colored carpet as well, and everything's matching. It's actually really cute, and it kind of just feels like I'm staying in like my grandparents' house. Like there's like huge pillars and all like little tea over here, this little chair, like the window. We have this little desk over here, and we have the bathroom, which has tiles that my nana and granda have. We have the little mirror, we have the shower, we have everything. We have a toilet, which is wrapped to show me that it's clean. Nice. I look tired. I actually do want to like sit on this bed for a second and kind of let you know where I'm at. Okay, So, oh, I'm just so excited to sleep tonight. I'm gonna have like the best sleep ever. So, let me tell you where I'm at. I just got the Uber. I arrived here, obviously. Now, the hotel was like a last minute purchase, but I knew that I wanted to stay in this district. This district is the district that, there's different districts in Paris, and I normally stay in 7th and 8th. 7th has the Eiffel Tower, and 8th is like really great for like restaurants and stuff like that. So I haven't stayed in this one before, and it's the one that all of my friends stay at whenever they come to Paris. And I don't know why I've never stayed in it, because just, I don't know why I've never stayed in it, because it seems like right up my alley. Like, it's very gay friendly, a lot of gay clubs, a lot of gay bars, very artsy. There's not a lot of tourists apparently. Apparently it's very like locals heavy. So I'm trying it out, and this was one of the only few hotels that were available, and it was kind of in the price range that I normally pay for a hotel, so I kind of didn't know what I was expecting. So I show up to it, and it's quite a small hotel. Like there's like 7 floors, but whenever you like walk into the hotel, like it's not that large, but then it like goes up the ways a lot, so it's more up the ways than out the ways, if you get what I mean. And the guy at the reception was so lovely. He didn't speak any English, so you can imagine that was a fun conversation. But I'm in France, so it's my fault that I don't speak French or whatever. But there was no problem or anything like that, and he wasn't being rude, and I wasn't being rude. But he did say something that kind of has me a bit nervous. The keys aren't like a normal hotel. Like whenever I go to a normal hotel, you normally get like a key card or something like that. You never normally get like an actual like huge key. And I'm not talking like a house key, I'm talking about like a huge key, like one like this size, right? And it comes with this huge big wooden thing attached to it that has like the number of my room. And I was like, I almost laughed when he gave it to me, because I was like, this is so silly. And he goes, when you leave the hotel, give me your key. And he was kind of like saying it in like, you know, because he didn't speak English, so I thought I maybe wasn't understanding him correctly, but he was basically saying like, when you leave your key with me. You do not take your key outside this hotel. So then I was like, I can't take my key out? And he was like, no. So that has me kind of concerned that like I have to hand over the key to reception every time I leave the hotel. It kind of makes me feel a little bit unsafe, because what if I leave all my stuff in here, clearly because it's my hotel room, and then they're like, oh, we don't believe that you stay here, or we're just keeping your stuff. That kind of has me on edge a little bit. And I just had a little mini breakdown to my mom on FaceTime about it, where I was like, it kind of is making me feel a little bit unsafe. I understand why, because they're like actual keys and they don't want people losing them, I guess. But like, renovate, babe. Like, renovate the hotel a little bit, because the rooms are nice, and it's like, I don't know why it's so outdated, but anyway, that has me a little bit wary. So every time I leave the hotel now, I'm gonna have to like bring my ID with me, just in case anything was to go wrong. I would literally be like, here is my ID, I'm on paper staying at this hotel. So that's something. Oh my god, I can't wait to sleep tonight. I can't wait to sleep. It's only like, I don't know what time it is. It has to be like 9 p.m. which is not late at all. It's just because I'm like basically on an all-nighter. Like, I woke up at 2, which I've said profusely. I'm so annoying that I keep repeating it. But I'm almost considering just like going out, not venturing far, but like walking for a bit, having a glass of wine. I feel that if I have a glass of wine, it'll make me I'm like messing up my words. That's how tired I am. But I'm not in Paris for that long. I would rather go tired than whatever, and that's why my body gets so sick every couple weeks, because I push it to its limits. But I would rather push it to its limits in Paris than in Brighton or Derry. So I think I'm gonna walk outside the hotel, hand my keys over apparently, and get a glass of wine. I mean, it's too late for food to be served, because they normally stop serving food at like 9:30 out here, which is so bizarre because they only start, it's like acceptable to only eat dinner at like 8 p.m. and then they stop serving it at like half 9, 10. What the fuck's that about? But I ate on the plane. I got a little toasty, which was awful, but I ate it because I was hungry, and a Pringles can, you know, the really small ones, really cute. So, and a Coke, Diet Coke. So I had a great flight, by the way. It was one of the only flights that I haven't stressed on in a while, and the reason for that was because it was in pitch black. You know, we're like entering winter period, so it's pitch black outside, so I can't see if it looks like, so that stresses me out not at all, which is fabulous. So yeah, I'm just trying to pick up the not even the courage, the energy to go outside for a bit and have a glass of, I'm trying to hype myself up, have a glass of delicious red wine. Adam, you would love it. A glass of delicious red wine. If I'm being honest with you, my goal, I was gonna meet up with my friend, and we were gonna go to the like underground little jazz bar that I love. I've been once. And she texted me and was like, hey, like, I'm really sorry, can we like change the date? I just have something that has happened, whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's no problem, of course. Thanks for letting me know at least like a couple hours in advance. My dream would be to go out, have a glass of wine, and I'm like, ooh, I'm no longer feeling tired. Maybe I can go for another glass of wine, but at the jazz bar, kind of feel the vibe, and then come home and sleep. That's the dream. Do I think I have that within me? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But what we are gonna do is head out. Oh, but you know, whenever I know this bed's gonna be comfortable. Wait, actually. Oh, the pillows are like, my favorite kind of pillow is one that like is so push downable. Does that make any sense? I do not like a firm pillow. Oh, I can't wait to go to bed tonight. La la la. I'm literally acting right now like how I act on like an edible, and I haven't had anything. It's literally just because my body's like, what's going on? Why are we embarrassed? Why are we not in bed? In Derry. So, there's that. We need to go outside. We need to go outside. Oh, my legs hurt. Ow. Okay, we have now switched over to my iPhone because I decided it wasn't the best to bring out my camera during the nighttime because I don't know the area that I'm staying in and I'm scared that it would get stolen off of me. So, until we learn our boundaries, hey BFF, we're gonna stick with the iPhone. See what I meant by the key? Look how beautiful Paris is. My first time seeing it in a couple months. Okay, so it is now 37 minutes past midnight, and I'm surrendering to the day. I'm surrendering to the day. Like, this has been an amazing, unpredictable day. I'm literally just seeing that on the table, they have like laminated into the table the cost of like the Coke and water that is in the mini fridge, and it is €5 for a water, €8 for a Coke. They're going insane. Anyway, I ended up going for a glass of wine at like a cafe restaurant that was nearby. That was fine. However, I'm staying in a district of Paris, and I chose it for this reason, that basically is like no real tourists and a lot of like locals. I didn't really think about the fact that they don't all like understand me. Like, that, it sounds like such a stupid thing to say in theory, and I understand that, but like I kind of took it for granted at the fact that like I always feel so bad that I don't speak fluent French, or you know, it's very broken French. And whenever I visited Paris in the past, I've gone to different districts where, you know, other people will either speak English or they speak, you know, the same level of English that I would speak the same level of French, and it's been easy to kind of communicate. Well, out here, because it's like French locals, it's like fully French and like no English at all, which is perfectly fine because I'm in France, so, you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying it like this is a given, this should be a given, like it's my fault for not knowing French, whatever. But it was super, it kind of took me off guard. I went into the cafe and I kind of, you know, did my order in like broken French, and they were like, huh? They like didn't know what I was saying whatsoever, and it kind of took a bit to get my order in because my French is so poor. So anyway, I did end up getting literally just a glass of wine and water, and that was fine. And I love going to like cafes out here because I literally just people watch, and it's really like a reset where I just like think about a lot of things. And then after that, I was like, I really do want to, like, I was remembering what I was saying back there. I'm just so excited to sleep in that bed. I was like, I really did say I wanted to go to that like jazz club, that little underground jazz club. Like, it's one of my favorites in Paris. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go for a drink. So I Uber there and I go, and it's just so beautiful. And listen, I was literally like falling asleep. I was sitting down and I was like so tired, but the music was just so beautiful. And what was so beautiful was the fact that, so I had a glass of wine in there and I didn't even finish it because I just couldn't. God, I was just so tired. But anyway, it was just so beautiful seeing so many people in love. And that, I don't know if that sounds weird or anything like that, but like, it was just a bunch of different couples dancing on like this ground. And you know, I recorded it where they're like dancing, and it was almost like ballroom dancing, like jazz dancing. It was so silly, and I loved it. Silly in the best way that can be. And it was like a room filled with love. And whenever I was there last time, I discovered that jazz place on like the last day of my trip, and I was like, damn, like I really wish I had, you know, discovered it beforehand. So now on this trip, like I'm aware of it, and I really like want to kind of go every night, because even if I just get like, you know, like a water, or even if I just get like a Red Bull or a Coke or something like that, it's so nice just to sit down, and it's just such a loving environment, and everyone's hyping up the performers, and the performers are so amazing, and the music just fills with the acoustics. But yeah, the main thing was just like, it was just so nice seeing so many people in love. And it was like, normally whenever I see things like that, I get kind of down in the dumps where I'm like, oh, I'm not in love, and you know, I don't have anyone that like romantically, you know, whatever. But whenever I go in there, I don't feel like that. And I feel like that in most places where it's kind of like lovey-dovey. In there I don't, because there's so many people just sitting like how I was, you know, like on their own, bopping to the music. And you know, I had a couple conversations with a couple people that were in there. There was a couple from Spain who I was speaking with at a certain stage, and there was actually a couple from Dublin, and it was two women, and they were amazing to speak to. So there was, you know, like you're always surrounded by people that you can talk to, and even if it was people that I didn't speak the language that they spoke, there was a group of people from Korea, and because they got on the mic and they were talking about living in, I think it was Seoul, and I couldn't, you know, speak their language, and they couldn't speak my language. But there was a certain part of the night where I was sitting with my glass of red wine or whatever like that, and a group of them were dancing, and I kind of just like, I didn't join in, but I was like kind of there, and I was, you know, a little bit away from them, and there was a couple other people standing on their own a little bit away from them, and we were all just like swaying like this while they were dancing, and then they were like dancing, like pointing at us or whatever. And it was just like, music is so beautiful, the way it connects people. And like, that was a room of people who probably, if everyone was to sit down in that room, didn't speak the same language, it has completely different stories, and that is such a beautiful thing. And it really was just like a room of love. And seeing again that many people just like in love, and so many generations of it as well. There were couples in there that were like my nana and granda's age, and there were couples in there that were my age, and it just kind of made me feel so warm inside. And so like there was like a stage where I literally wanted to cry, and I didn't want to cry because I felt sad, I didn't want to cry because anything, I just wanted to cry because I was like, this is so sweet. Like I feel like just because I'm tired it's like gonna set me off, but I was like, this is just so sweet to see so many people just like there's so much shit going on in the world, so much shit going on, and I assume every one of those people's lives, but in that room it was just caring about the music, and it was just caring about having a good time, and it really was beautiful. And I've been to a couple places out here in Paris where that has been the energy. The energy has been, you're not even talking to people, you're just, and even if you're not dancing, you're moving, you're swaying, you're there, you're present. And that was like the main thing. Like everyone there was like present, and it was just and I'm a sucker for seeing, I like seeing old people and like old couples. Like I am a sucker for that, and just seeing how in love they were still. And it was just, it really was such like a beautiful night. And I was only there for like, I don't know what time I got there at, but I didn't stay for that long. But I stayed for the entire band, their duration, their set. So I probably was there for like 40 minutes or whatever. But it just went in like that because, and the staff were so amazing as well. The staff didn't speak any English, and they were like apologizing to me for not speaking English, and I was like, no, it's like my fault. I was like, it's my fault, like no parle français, like my fault, like you're fine, like I'm here, you know what and they were like, no, like, and it just like, I know a lot of people who watch my Paris videos are always like, have a preconceived notion that people in Paris are rude, or that they've encountered, that people have told them that French people are rude. And I know a lot of my like people that I know back in England have always said those stories, and I'm like, that is not the truth. That it could be, that is not, like, so far from the truth. French people and people in Paris that I've met, there has been some negative experiences, but for the most part have been just the most like chill people. And I know that a lot of people will be shocked to hear that about like me talking about like people in Paris, because it's known as like a very like hectic city. It really is just kind of like an open, like loving environment, and I really did have a great time tonight. And I have been thinking about that club ever since I went a couple months ago, and to be back there tonight was just like, ugh, it felt so good. But anyway, it's, you know, late now. I can't believe I've lasted this long. This literally means that I've been up for 24 hours. And let me tell you, a lot of people are like, ooh, what's Adam doing to stay up for 24 hours? I feel awful. I feel awful. I want to go to bed so bad, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to sleep for so long. I have the most bloodshot eyes. I'm like, trust me, I'm ready for this sleep. If I just close my, if I blink long enough, I'll fall asleep. But muckers, thank you for joining me on this really bizarre, hectic day. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit more structured. No promises, because I'm sure I'll still be sleeping for a while. Be patient. But I love you. Thank you for being here. I will see you in the next one, and bye. Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it is day 2 here in Paris, and it is currently, it is 20 past 1 p.m. on Thursday, the 1st of December. So we are officially in Christmas season. This is not what I'm going to be wearing for my outfit. The only reason I'm wearing a hat today is one of 2 reasons. Number 1, I was going to take a shower earlier this morning. I've only been up for like an hour, but I was editing my previous vlog. If you know, yesterday I was like on an all-nighter, so I need to sleep it off. So I feel refreshed today. But I was going to take a shower, but then I realized that it's really cold outside, and I kind of want to wear a hat anyway. And I don't want to wash my hair and then put it in a hat, because then it's just going to be greasy after I've just washed it. So I am going to wear a black jacket over the top of this, because I figured that that will look better then kind of this like colorful like autumny moment. I don't know, we're gonna see right now, and hopefully it works. If it, yeah, you see what I mean, the black and black. Anyway, I have no idea what I want to do today. Again, we're in like afternoon. Okay, if I zip this up though, it's gonna get like really fucking tight. I just don't have any shirts with me on this trip. The airline that I fly with, yeah, this is like really tight. Hold on, I need to look in the mirror because this is like really, really, really tight to me. I mean, it will keep me warm for sure. Like, this is definitely an outfit that will keep me warm. So maybe we'll just go with it. But anyway, the airline that I fly with, EasyJet, they've changed their policies for their like hand luggage allowance. It used to be that you could bring like a bag like this size on. So this is always my go-to when I'm traveling. So I normally would be able to bring this on board, but they've now changed it that that bag's too big. So I basically have to underpack the bag so that it fits in their requirements, which meant I was only able to bring a pair of tracksuit bottoms, jeans, and 2 hoodies and this jacket. And so that's what we're dealing with, because I also have to bring, you know, like my laptop, and this takes up a lot of room in the bag. So main thing I want to do is, I'm not hungry because I am going to be honest, I woke up at like 3 a.m. and I ordered a Pizza Hut, which is literally like a Paris delicacy here. I know you have Pizza Hut, there's literally a Pizza Hut right beside my apartment in Brighton, but like Paris Pizza Hut is so fucking good that I woke up at 3 a.m. and I was like, I want it. And I also didn't have any water in my apartment, so I had to literally buy water from Pizza Hut. So I'm not that hungry right now. Normally I would go out and get breakfast or lunch, but what I think I'm gonna do is go to a cafe and get like a coffee and maybe like a light snack or something like that. I don't know. And then I'm probably gonna Uber to somewhere, or maybe we'll walk around the district that we're in right now. I don't know. I genuinely have no plan. I want to figure out if there's some sort of like Christmas market as well, but I'm gonna do all that while I'm sitting down with my coffee, because that allows me time to like think. It like buys me, you know, time. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so I'm now out and I'm not cold at all, which is great about wearing all these layers. But one thing about this avenue that I'm in, there's so many more just like beautiful buildings surrounding me, more so than touristy things, which is actually, I'm very much so enjoying seeing it, because it's like a whole new look at all of these new buildings and stuff like that, because I'm so used to being by the Louvre or being by the Eiffel Tower or something. But my favorite parts of Paris are these streets, you know, like these buildings. Like when me and my mom come here, this is all we just talk about and look at, is all these different buildings. And I mean, whatever this museum is behind me, I do need to investigate that because it's gorgeous. There's so many little nice areas like this. Wow, this area of Paris, this district, is probably gonna be my favorite because it just looks like Paris. You know what I mean? Like I see, you know, glimmers of like these style buildings, you know, in the very like touristy places, but not as much as every single building, and it really is so beautiful. Also, you know, one of my favorite things to do ever is people watch. Guilty. I love people watching. So in this park right now, there are 4 people opposite me, all sitting on different ones of these benches, and they're all doing their own little things. So like one of them's on their phone, the other one is a guy eating a croissant and a morning coffee out of like an actual coffee mug instead of like one that he just bought in a coffee place. And he has his bike beside him, which has, I think, like a bag with his suit in it, so maybe he's on his way to work. And there is a girl opposite who is doing a newspaper, I would assume like a crossword or something like that. Everyone's really dressed for the cold, which makes me feel better about being dressed like this, because normally I like dressing in my chic outfits when I'm in Paris, but I don't feel cold right now, and I would much rather that. So yeah, it's very beautiful. I'm gonna do a little bit more exploring because I'm loving it. Look how tiny and narrow the street is up here. Can you see that? It's so narrow. up very tall. Come down a little bit. Okay, so I just went in for some, I'm telling myself that it's breakfast. However, it's way too late to be breakfast time. And I don't care how cold it is, you will always catch me with like an iced coffee or like an ice cream or something like that. So I got an ice. First of all, this street is absolutely beautiful. Every single street here is just like, and it goes on for so long of just these beautiful big buildings. But anyway, I got myself an ice cream and a cappuccino. So I had the hot drink and the, what is that? I assume it's coming from this beautiful church building. And then I got a cappuccino, so it was like the hot and cold, and it was great. So now I figured out that there's a Christmas market, not nearby, like it's an Uber away, but I think I'm gonna Uber to it and kind of see what's happening down there, so let's go. Okay, so I Ubered to where the Christmas market was. I don't know if I'm just there at not the right timing or anything, but there was no Christmas market there whatsoever. And I was like double checking, going through like a bunch of different streets. There was no Christmas market there. There was like, there was Christmas trees, but like, there was no Christmas market. So now I'm just walking straight down in front of me. Kind of aimlessly walking, but I am near 7th Avenue, which is where the Eiffel Tower is. So I'm just walking. I have no idea where my angle is. But all of these streets as well are so beautiful with all the leaves on the ground. I'm so easily entertained when it comes to like beautiful buildings and stuff like that, but this is just the most beautiful city ever. Okay, the Eiffel Tower is over that way and I was walking to it, but in the distance I can see like this Ferris wheel and these like rides over here, so I can only imagine that this is the Christmas market. So I'm gonna walk towards that, I think. Okay, so I have successfully found the Christmas markets. As you can see, they're right behind me, and it's like this huge stretch of Christmas markets. Like I've never seen a Christmas market this large before, and I've only done like a small section of it. It's really hard to film and talk while I'm walking through, just because there's like so many people and I'm like knocking into people anyway, and so I'm trying not to like hold up my camera and knock into people. So I wanted to like take myself out for a second, so again you just walk in there and kind of talk about it. But yeah, stalls from like all around the world, all these different like sections for like mulled wine. They call it like hot wine out here. I don't know about you, but I'm not a fan of mulled wine. I really do not like mulled wine, or mulled wine, sorry. I just don't like hot wine. Like I don't even like whenever, I don't like cold wine and I don't like hot wine, and mulled wine just has such a like bitter taste. But anyway, it's so beautiful in there, and there's so many like independent like Parisian shops in there, and I think that's like my only equivalent is like whenever I go to like Derry Christmas markets, that is like made up 100% by like small businesses and stuff like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head back in, but I did just kind of want to take a second to like walk out and kind of update you, and I'll continue filming in here. But yeah, it's super festive and I'm blasting Mariah Carey Christmas music in my ear. Whenever I think of the symbol of Christmas, my mind goes to Mariah Carey before Santa or Jesus. Okay, so the markets were over there, and now the Eiffel Tower is right over here, so I have to walk over there. I'm actually enjoying walking because I'm not that cold right now, but there we can see our girl. So I need to get my ass over there. One of the biggest challenges about solo traveling that there's like, you know, pros and cons to everything, but I'm someone who likes to document everything, and that is because of YouTube, but also I love taking pictures. It's one of my favorite things to do. My dad is a photographer, so I kind of grew up in that culture of like taking pictures of everything. When you're traveling by yourself, it's either you take really unflattering selfies, or you just take pictures of the things, or you ask people to take pictures, you know, for you. and that was something I had to do. But Paris, you know, there's so many people and there's a lot of people that would love to steal your phone. That is something that is very much so true about out here. Very weird angle. So it took me like 12 minutes to find someone that I felt comfortable enough giving my phone to, and it was these two sweet girls, and they did end up taking a picture of me. So I'm now able to have, you know, documented that I was at the Christmas market. So shout out those girls, thank you very much. So now I'm gonna walk over to the Eiffel Tower. I think I'm gonna go to the cafe that I always go to whenever I'm in Paris, by the Eiffel Tower, because I always stay over there. And a couple of the workers kind of, we know each other's names now, and surprisingly they know my name and they know my entire order. Now, I don't come there that often, but I did whenever I first started coming to Paris, so that is amazing customer service. So I always go back and leave a fat tip for them. Maybe that's why they remember my name, because I keep giving them a fat tip every time. Seeing the electric scooters on the street, I would love to do it again. Last time I did that in Paris, I fell flat on my ass on the street and a Parisian woman laughed at me. Okay, so I have now left the bar. We see the Eiffel Tower right behind me. That is the Eiffel Tower. Now, I am tipsy. I'm very tipsy. And I know that the camera quality is very low right now. And the reason for that is because I'm in the darkness and my camera doesn't know how to focus in the dark, and I don't blame it. I don't blame it. I don't blame it. I'm now walking down this little parkway. I'm gonna walk down here for a bit, and then I'm gonna Uber to the hotel because I do need to go back soon because my phone is about to die. I've been out since like 12 p.m. or like 1 p.m. or something, but this is, I'm very drunk. But this is so crazy to me that I'm literally sorry. I like I'll explain the reason in a second, but I'm literally, can my camera focus? There we go, babe. Right in front of the Eiffel Tower. Like, it's right there. Hold on, let me show you, because I know you care more about that, and I don't blame you. Literally right here. And it won't focus for some reason. There we go. Oh shit, there it focused. We see the Eiffel Tower right in front. Hold on, let me take a picture of this. We need a picture moment of this. Ooh, that's a good picture. Let me do a 0.5. Fabulous picture. Now, I went for, it's not even dinner. I was like, I'll go for lunch right after the Christmas market. I can't believe the Eiffel Tower is right behind me. This is, hold on, I'm actually gonna take this in for a moment, because there are so many moments in my life where I don't take things in, and I want this to be one of them, where I actually take this in. I've seen it so many times now, and like the hotel that I always stay at, which is called the Pullman Hotel, is right down there. The reason I'm not staying at it this trip, and I didn't for the last couple trips, is because it's so expensive. And the main reason it's so expensive is because it's by the Eiffel Tower. But like, when you see the Eiffel Tower a couple times, it's like not, hi, it's like not, you know, why was that man speaking to me? I'm gonna walk away. I think he was trying to sell me something and I just said hello to him. When you stay by the Eiffel Tower so many times, it's like not, you know, you're not willing to pay like 1,000 extra to just stay by it, whatever. That made me laugh. I think he was trying to sell me something and I just said hello. Okay, well, I mean, it worked. He walked away. He was like, ooh, we're not gonna get a sale here. But still, no matter how many times I come to Paris, seeing the Eiffel Tower behind me is just, it's one of the most, can I go up it? Should we go up it? Like, when is the last up the Eiffel Tower? It's only 7:30. We should go up the Eiffel Tower. We should go up the Eiffel Tower. That man is walking by me again. He's walking close to me again. Yep. There he is. Not getting a sale from me today, sir. Sorry about that. But still, I mean, this is just, sorry, I don't mean for this to be a boring moment in the video, but like, standing in front of this, like, you do almost want to cry, because it'd be my, you know, dream for, so I'm literally gonna cry. I don't mean to, and I'm not going to, so just gonna look up and, but like, I never thought I would ever be able to achieve being here, and I just want to say thank you, because really I really don't want to cry, but I just want to say thank you, because give me a moment. Give me a moment. Sorry, I'm just like, because I'm like standing right in front of it. Oh my god. Because I'm standing right in front of it. It's like such a symbol of Paris, clearly. And standing in front of it is, it's kind of like, you did okay, like you did okay kind of moment. And that's why I wanted to like completely film this moment, because none of this was possible without you, and I genuinely mean that. Fuck, my god. I genuinely mean it, because there's so many people doing what I do on YouTube, and just the fact that it's been a couple of years now that we've been doing this and you still support, I appreciate it and I thank you. And I can't believe I'm here. I need to like, oh my god. Sorry, this is so fucking corny. I just stood in a puddle. Anyways, wow, I can't believe I, give me a moment, hold on. Okay, I've kind of recovered myself, but I just really hope you know that everything that I've done in my life in the past couple of years has literally been because of all of you supporting me. I really hope you know that I mean that. Just thank you. Anyways, I went to like lunch. I was gonna get dinner later, and the bar staff in that bar recognized me again and were like, Adam, should we get you the Caesar salad and the Bordeaux? And I was like, Bordeaux, but like, could I get a cheese platter? So I got a cheese platter and Bordeaux, and it was like the biggest glass of red wine you'd ever seen in your entire life. Then they gave me like another glass of it, and I'm tipsy. I'm gonna figure out if I can go up the Eiffel Tower. I went up the Empire State Building, and I kind of wish I never did that, because like once you go up it, like there's no like mysteriousness about it anymore, but I'm just gonna do it for funsies. Okay, I was gonna go up the Eiffel Tower, but they told me that there's a minimum of 200 people before me that want to go in, and they told me it would be a 2.5 hour wait. So listen babe, I'm right, oh my god, I'm right underneath it. But I couldn't be bothered to wait in that queue, so we are leaving. Because I went through security, I did the entire like pre-check for like coming in, but I'm not waiting for 200 people. 2.5 hours, it's not for me, not for me. I'm not doing it, not doing it. But I mean, we're underneath it. Oh my god, we're underneath the Eiffel Tower. It's fucking crazy. Okay, because of the wait, this is the best we get. We're seeing the entire Eiffel Tower. This is like the closest you can get to the Eiffel Tower. So basically, they think I've already like been up the Eiffel Tower because I've came out the exit. So basically, anyone who comes out the exit has like already seen the Eiffel Tower, but I just like came in and walked right out again. So this is like the final thing you see of it whenever you buy a ticket, which is like this close to it. So basically, I didn't buy a ticket and I didn't go up the Eiffel Tower because I didn't want to wait in the like 2-hour line, but we're basically up it. If we squint and pretend, we can be at the top of the Eiffel Tower, which is right here. I can't believe it's like right in front of me. I'm like gonna just like stand here and block everyone's picture. and pretend I'm up there. Oh my god, I'm literally waiting here to get my Uber, and it's the top of the hour, which means that it is sparkling. There we go, muckers. Oh my god, we're here in spirit. We're here in spirit, muckers. Look at this. And by the way, this is the reality of the Eiffel Tower. It's like a bunch of like small vendors selling like the same shit underneath it of like little like Eiffel Towers and stuff like that. Are you seeing this? Like right down there. It's disastrous. Good morning, Paris. So I'm just opening up my window to kind of see the vibe for today. It's always so fucking cold whenever I do this, and today is no exception. So here's my little window that opens. Here's the view of the beautiful streets of Paris. So today is Friday, I think today's Friday, and I woke up today at like 12 p.m. and I've been just editing my videos and stuff since then, and I took a shower, which was so needed. But anyway, what I do want to tell you is I did something kind of crazy today. So there we go, we've seen the view and we're loving it. And we're loving Paris. We're just in the darkness, aren't we? We're loving Paris a lot this trip. And I mean a lot. So one of the things I did today whenever I woke up is I actually extended this trip. Now, I was kind of thinking that I was going to do this, but I never thought I would actually go through with it. So I originally booked this trip to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and flying back on Saturday. So 3 nights, 4 days. However, I've just been having the most amazing time, and I've been loving vlogging while being here as well, and I really have slacked on my vlogs whenever I'm in Brighton or back home, so I'm kind of loving feeling so inspired again. And so I extended the trip today, and I'm checking into another hotel tomorrow. So this hotel is not available. I've actually really enjoyed this hotel. The room is like there's the famous Sons of Paris. There we go. I've actually enjoyed this hotel room, but it's not available. So I've found a hotel that's literally a 2-minute walk from this hotel, which is available, and I booked that, and so I'm checking in there tomorrow at like 12 p.m. or something, whenever check-in is. So we're going to be here for another couple days, and then we're going to head to Brighton, and then hopefully back to Derry, and then Brighton to New York. I don't know how that's gonna work. That's the only thing that's throwing me off. I'm going to New York on next Monday, the 12th of December, and I was kind of supposed to be in Derry all of, you know, that week, Monday to Sunday, before I fly out of London on Monday. But now I've kind of messed up my own schedule by staying here longer than, but I'm gonna work it out. I'm gonna work it out. I want to be in Paris for longer. I'll work it out. So yeah, I really want to go and get some coffee and go and maybe get some food. Last night was just, if you watch the video, I have no idea what happened to me. Like they gave me such a large glass of wine that I was like, oh, I'm never gonna finish this. And then I sat with my dinner. I had like a cheese plate. I was gonna go out for dinner later, and then they got me so tipsy that I forgot then to go out for dinner, and I was gonna go out to the club, and I come back to my hotel room and I literally just fall asleep until the morning, like knocked out, and I cannot remember any of the vlog clips that I filmed yesterday after my cheese and wine, because they got me like blackout drunk. So I'm just thankful I'm not hungover today. So yeah, I'm gonna go to one of the nearby cafes. We're not gonna venture that far today just because I really want some sort of caffeine in me, because I'm going to be filming a couple main channel videos before I really get started with my day today, so that's the plan. So yeah, I have tomorrow morning in this hotel as well, but this is basically like my last proper morning in this really beautiful hotel, and I've really enjoyed it. I can see that cafe right down there. Seems very easy to get to. I might get that. My hair's still soaking, but I want my coffee. Don't talk to me unless I have my morning coffee. Okay, my camera's charging, but there's something happening. I'm so confused. No idea what's going on. Where even are they? Where are they? Everyone in these work buildings are so unfazed as well. It's so light. Okay, I can see it now, but I just don't know what's going on. What is going on? I guess I can like, oh, it's raining, which is great. I guess I can like Google Paris March, Paris protest, Paris something. I'm gonna try figure out what's going on. Oh wow, it's bright. Okay, yesterday, whenever I left the hotel, I took a right turn, and I took a left turn, sorry, I'm messing it up, and I went down and kind of explored completely down one side if you watched my video yesterday. So today I'm doing something different, and oh, a big raindrop just fell on my fucking forehead. It's not raining, but it's like mizzling. Is that a right word? Anyway, I'm walking the opposite way of the hotel today because I'm really hungry, so I really want to get food. I'm just venturing somewhere different to kind of inspire me. It's really bright here. I'm hoping to find a restaurant or something like that. Oh, also, a lot of you were letting me know that it's actually completely normal for like smaller hotels to take your keys and give them back to you whenever you come and go from the hotel, because I find it a bit weird because I'm so used to like key card hotels. I've actually gotten very much so used to it now, and I'm in the routine of like not feeling nervous or scared anymore whenever I hand over my keys. And the main reason was just if like they wouldn't give it back at a certain stage, or you know what I mean, like getting locked out of the hotel. It provided its own list of things I was scared of happening. Also, because it was a last minute decision to kind of extend my stay here in Paris, as I said, I had to get a new hotel. I'm pretty sure it's literally right beside like where I am right now. It's like not that far. God, I just have to say, I'm like obsessed with the like balconies of Paris. I mean, of course I've chosen one where there's like graffiti in the wall, but in all the apartments, like you can see up here, where it has like those little balconies, I just absolutely love it. And I can imagine every day, even though I have a balcony in my apartment, I'm like so annoying, but like, you know, like the little small ones where it's like so Parisian, like all like them, it's cute. Okay, so I've now came out for food finally, and I've came into this restaurant, and the woman comes up to me and is like, do you want like a cloth? And I apologized for my bad French, and she was apologizing for her bad English, and she was like, do you want a cloth? Or she was saying something in French, and I was like, yeah, I thought she meant like a cloth for the table. Turns out she meant a cloth for me, and she literally put a blanket around me, and I felt like I was at like my Nana and Granda's house. It was really sweet. Quite embarrassing though, I'll be honest. So I've got chicken fajitas and a red wine and a Coke, and we've kind of been making jokes to each other, like she's a really nice girl, but every word I say in French now she corrects. So I was like, oh, like merci, and she was like, no, merci. So we're getting confident with each other. But yeah, look at the view that I have currently for my dinner. It's all like rainy and gloomy, and it's very beautiful. Very beautiful. Oh my god, I'm back in the hotel room. It is like bitter cold outside. Like bitter, bitter, bitter cold. I'm from Ireland. I live in England. I'm well used to the cold, but I've never felt it like that before. I feel like my camera's even like all fogged up as well. Oh my goodness. So I just went to the shop and I got shaving cream and shaving things because I need it, because I get like this really ugly hair growth if I don't shave for every day. And I haven't been able to because I'm not able to bring razors obviously in my flight. Oh my god, the food was delicious. The woman who worked there was so sweet. She was like correcting my French every word and like teaching me. She was like, you need to put more grit into it, like merci, merci. And I was like, okay, merci. And she was like, no, merci. And I was like, merci. And she was like, no. It was really funny actually. So anyway, I did that. I think I'm gonna go out with my friend I was supposed to go out with on day 1 tonight, which will be nice to see a friend while I'm here. But I'm trying to like take this like downtime in the hotel room while I'm like trying to recover from the cold. I might film another YouTube video. There is something I want to talk about tonight, which basically has to do with my French teacher. So I'm saying this so I'm reminded to say it. My camera is like still fogging up. It's like so cold. Anyway, I have found a flaw in the key system. If you're keeping up with the videos, you'll be aware. There's one worker who checked me in, who anytime he sees me, he goes and says my room number. However, the other 2 workers here, you literally go up and say your room number and they give you the key. So if someone knew your room number, they would be able to easily just break into your room. Or like, who's to say someone from the street couldn't just walk in and be like, room 43, room 57, and get the key of it. So I take back my thing about feeling like, oh, the lighting's so much better like this. Why wasn't I doing that? I take back my thing of saying like, oh, I feel safe again. No. So I hope the hotel I'm checking in tomorrow is like key card or like whatever, because I'm not loving this key situation. I just take back my entire rant. Anyway, I'm gonna go sort myself out and I'll talk to you later, but I definitely need to shave before I go out tonight, because I look, if I do this, you won't see any difference, but if I go like really close up, it's not cute, not cute. Okay, so it is now about to be 9 p.m. You cannot see that, so I'm going to, there we go. 9 p.m. and here's the update. So I have shaved and I accidentally cut my neck, so I've had to put a bunch of my Rare Beauty concealer on it. You can't even see, there you go, so that it looks like I'm not fucking cut. So what's happening now is I am going to be meeting up with my friend, who again I was supposed to meet up with on the first day, and then we were going to do the second day, and then the third day, but we're doing it now. We're going for wine, and we were gonna go like an hour ago, but she was like, hey, like I want to like finish like my bottle of wine first, and I was like, okay. I was like, go for it. So she's doing that right now, but I've also invited out a guy that I was talking to on Instagram, which could be like I could get killed. But I've invited him out as well with us. He's from like similar parts from where I'm from, back in the UK, and so I decided that I should invite him out as well, because I'm trying my best to get as many, you know, friends out here in Paris, and he's moving out here as well. He's here on like a trip or something now, but he's like moving here, so I was like, I may as well do it, and if my friend has any friends as well, like I'd love to meet them. I'm just trying to like build up like my connections out here, because I really do want to move, but I'm not gonna move until I have at least like 3 friends. So if this works out tonight, I'll have 2 getting there, because I don't want to make a decision moving to Paris, even though it wouldn't even be like a quick decision anymore, because I've been thinking about it now for like over a year and considering it for over a year. But I want to have like a stable group of people that, you know, I see whenever I'm traveling here, that whenever I would move here, you know, I would have a couple people, because that would be more than what I did whenever I moved to Brighton. So I'd be like helping myself out a little bit and making the move a little bit easier, because I know that moving here would be one of the hardest things that I would have ever done, and I know that it would have its own challenges than, you know, moving to Brighton. I wonder what would be more difficult though, like the move from Brighton, or the move from Ireland to Brighton. I'm moving out on my own for the first time and living alone. I wonder would that be more difficult than moving to, ow, I just cut myself. Jesus, so much happening. To, you know, Paris on my own. I don't know, maybe the language barrier would provide more issues. I don't know. So we're gonna see how tonight goes. I'm not gonna bring my camera with me, because in case they want to go to like a club or something like that, if I bring my bag with my camera in it, I won't be allowed into the clubs, because they think that you're going to be like recording people, or you're there like taking pictures or something like that. They have like strict rules about it out here. But I did want to talk about something. So this was what I was thinking about earlier. Being in Paris is interesting, because in school I studied French. I studied French and German, and I'm gonna go on a little tangent here, and I want, if you are studying or you are working towards something and you're being oh, sorry, that's my notifications. My friend. Hi, Adam. I'm sorry. I will probably be a bit late. Okay, well, I am meeting up with the guy first. And then we were gonna find a bar, and then she was gonna meet up with us. Let me just text her back. She has a valid reason. She's a valid reason. Her travel card needs renewed. That's no problem. Don't worry. Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see you. So anyway, mess. So now if this guy kills me, I'm really fucked. Anyway, no, I'm smart. I know, like, I've already been talking to him for a while and whatever. But if you're being discouraged in something that you're working towards, please listen up. So I studied French and German in school, and I studied them both quite hard, and I was really unsuccessful in my attempts of learning. I didn't succeed well in school. I didn't succeed well in like the education world whatsoever. In school, I really just struggled with the keeping up with everyone else's pace, and I was not as smart as most people in my class. I would always be last in tests. I would always bring down the class average. I would always be made fun of by the teachers, other people in my class. It was like a running joke. I was bad at school. And French was a subject that I always tried really hard in because I always wanted to go to Paris one day. And I always struggled with it. I could never, you know, understand like the past and pretense and you know, like each word has like a different gender and stuff like that. And I always struggled with it, and it made me really down in the dumps because I really did try my best for it. And I think it's one thing not trying and getting a bad grade, but another thing is trying really hard and still feeling defeated and having that same, you know, you suck kind of attitude. My teacher was nice, and she always was really supportive of me. She always kind of made jabs at the fact that I was bad at French and that I would always pull back the class average and blah, 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 blah. But one thing happened that I will never forget. We were doing GCSE exams, which is like the final exam you do in school. And there was a speaking section of it where you go into your room with your teacher. She puts down like a recording device. She hits record. She asks you a bunch of random questions in French. You have to respond completely in French. And then that recording then goes to the examiners and they mark it. So it's like a moderated situation just with you and the teacher. It's very intimate. I was so nervous for this more than anything else because I wanted to do well in French. That was the class I wanted to do well in. And I spent the entire week before it. Literally, it was this dramatic that I was like barely eating, barely sleeping. I was so nervous for it because I knew I wasn't going to do a good job. I knew once something's unpredictable to me, I do a bad job. Once I get nervous in my head about it, I will fuck up. So the day of the exam comes around, and there was just so much built up emotions, you know. My friend had just went in and his one did really well, and so I got a little bit of more confidence. I go in and you have to select, it was like sheet A, B, or C, and whatever one you selected, you didn't know what they were, so I was like, I want C, and then she turned it around and it would be like, oh, it's on this topic, and I didn't know what A, B, or C was. It was just basically you choosing, but you didn't know which one it was, to keep it like randomized. So I chose whatever one it was, and it was the one that I was the least good at. Like, because you could study for all three of them, but you didn't know which one you were going to get. I don't know if I'm explaining this well. I just, like, where I'm going with this story, like, makes me pissed off, so I'm, like, starting to, like, mess up my words. And so I kind of have a moment where I, like, freak out in the chair before she hits record, where I'm like, this is the one I'm the worst at. And she asked me the first question, and she phrases it in a new way of a question I know, and I say the first two sentences perfectly, and I go to speak, and I can't. I literally cannot. Like, there is something within me that is stopping me from speaking. I couldn't speak English, I couldn't speak French. I was petrified. I've never been that scared in my life. And I have a panic attack. And I've had very few panic attacks in my life, and it just that it was so intimate or whatever. I have a panic attack in this chair, and I just go silent, and I'm just staring at her, and I'm like, oh my god, I can just see it in my head still. I'm so embarrassed by it. And she asked me another question, and I don't respond. She asked me another question, I don't respond. She reiterates the same question twice, and she goes, and I'm trying to let her know, like, can we stop and restart again? Because you were allowed to do that. You just had to have one continuous flow. So I was like, because I didn't want it, whatever. So she repeats the question one more time, and she stops the recording, and she looks at me and she goes, that was a disaster. She was like, you will never speak French. She was like, you will never speak French successfully. And it was such a ego hit to me where it was like such like a rude moment. And I had always been in like after school classes with like her or her assistant or whatever, because I was always doing bad at the exams and I would always try my best, so I would always be in after school or whatever. And I always used to talk to her about my dream of going to Paris, whatever. And she said something next which just kind of like, it'll always stick by me. And she was like, you will never successfully go to Paris. She was like, you will never fit in. And I just couldn't believe that a teacher would ever say that to me. And I bawled. I didn't say anything. I just immediately started crying in the chair. And I just got up and left, and it was like, that always stood with me. Where she was like, someone's texting me, sorry. Okay, the guy's like, I'm on the train. Let me say, perfect, should I leave in 5 or 10 minutes? I will never get that out of my head. Like that, sitting there intimate with this teacher I tried so hard to impress for like 2 years, who was just like, you'll never do it. You'll never do it. And I never took it as like a, I'm gonna prove her kind of way. Like, I'm gonna prove her, I'm gonna go to Paris, I'm gonna whatever. My love for France and Paris and French or whatever dropped that day. I never wanted to ever hear or speak or anything to do with France ever again. I was so defeated. I'd worked so hard and none of it paid off because I had a panic attack and for some reason I couldn't fucking speak. And I remember I went to Paris the 7th of September 2021. First time I'd ever solo traveled, first time I'd ever went to Paris. And I was in my hotel room, and it was like the Pullman Eiffel Tower Hotel, so the balcony overlooked the Eiffel Tower. And I hadn't thought about this moment since it happened in 2019, and it just flooded into my head, and I was like, whoa, like, I'm here, I'm in Paris, defying all odds. I'm pretty decent at the bare minimum French now. I didn't need my academic ability being based off of what, 100 people in my year who were doing French are doing, and being put on a leaderboard with them and marked by their standards, because a lot of them were more intelligent than me at that stage. I'm more intelligent than a lot of them now at this stage. A lot of them are still more intelligent than me. Like, everyone's academic ability, changes. And I just want to let anyone know that I now feel so comfortable in Paris. I now, want to live here. And it is possible. And please do not let anyone shake that from me. Like, if you want something, don't let anyone take that from you. If you love something, don't allow anyone to take that from you. Because I allowed, the schooling system to take that from me. I really didn't think about or want anything to do with, Paris or French or whatever for years after that. And I look back on it now and I'm like, that's so silly. Like, how was I able to be deterred by that? What, because other people were better than me academically at French? What, because my teacher told me I will never, fit in Paris because my French, whenever I'm 16 years old, isn't good or whatever like that? Like, you go at your own time, whatever it is, you can do it. You don't need 1 or 100 different people telling you can't. And I genuinely hope that that can apply to something in your life and you can hear it, because I genuinely wish that someone had said it to me whenever I was going through that. And just to be here now, I'm like, honestly, I just want to be like, fuck you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I worked for this, and I'm just talking about, being comfortable in France and learning about the culture and learning French and stuff like that. Like, I worked to that. And it's not determined on how good I am at it whenever I'm 16 fucking years old. Whenever I'm sitting to you now as a 20-year-old, and I've worked very hard to feel like I fit in here. And it just, was like, I really, really, really hope you take that. If you're working towards something and people aren't believing in you or whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. Because I wish I could go back and tell myself, none of those exterior voices matter. focus on it, work on it. You don't have to drop a passion because someone has tried to discourage you or tried to make you feel belittled or anything. My phone is starting to blow up, so I'm gonna leave now, but I just wanted to like leave with that. I will update you whenever I come in later. But yeah, I really did just want to say that and take a moment to kind of talk about what was on my mind, because it's been very heavy on my mind today. I don't know why, but I think just because I'm like getting in the swing of like imagining if I could live here, and I really, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna head now, but I wanted to say that. Okay. All right, we are back in the same area. It is now 4:33 in the morning. Can you see that? No, you can't. So, okay, I have to check out of my hotel room tomorrow in the morning, clearly. And so I have to check out. I have to get all my shit, check out. I really want to order food. I'm like so hungry. I'll tell you about my night in a second. I really want to order food, but I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do. Should I order food? Let me look on Uber Eats first. Hold up. Just before I like get into it with you. Uber Eats, what's available? The receptionist right now is such a fucking dick, and he's being so rude, and he got angry at me for coming in late. So it's 4 a.m. He got angry at me for coming in at 4 a.m. and I was like, you're acting as if you're like my fucking parent. I'm paying to stay here. Anyways, I would love a pizza. What do we have on here? We have a lot of Pizza Hut. Anyway, I'll sort this out after. I just got in. I had a great night, and a lot happened. So, obviously, it's about to be 5 a.m., so there's a big jump from the last time I saw you. So, me, Alina, and the guy ended up going to, you know Alina before, I'm just saying the guy because I'm not introducing a new fucking character for no reason. We went to a bar, and then at that bar, Alina's bag got stolen. So we finished a bottle of wine, and on our last literally like sip of wine, she went to go get something, and she was like, oh my god, my bag is stolen, and it opened up this entire mess. So someone stole her bag. She had 2 bags on her. They took the bag that had her keys in it and her clothes in it. So they didn't take her purse, which had her phone and bank card and everything in it, but we then walked, you know, and we were sorting everything out. We were talking with management, CCTV footage. It was really messy. I'll not get into all of it, but it was really bad. But there's nothing you can do when someone takes your stuff, and none of us saw someone, you know, take her bag or anything like that. So it's like really scary that that can happen without us even knowing that it happened. And like they were sitting in front of me and I was there, so they would have been in my direct view and I didn't even see them, and it's like scary, and it's like, it's really kind of shook me up to like be very on guard now, like in Paris, that like, oh, people say, you know, people steal from you, but oh, it actually really does happen. It's really scary, and I felt so bad for her when she like realized, and then we were talking, and like the only good thing was it wasn't the bag that had her really important stuff in it, but still, like, to have your keys stolen from you, and her boyfriend has keys, so like she was able to get back in, and we made sure of that. But like it really was like a, oh wow, my bag will stay on me at all times, you know, my little cross bag. But like it's really like, you know, shook me up a little bit. So then we went to another bar after that, and we were just like getting a bottle of red wine and like sharing it between all 3 of us. Now, all 3 of us, I had only met Alina a couple times, and she was actually a subscriber of my channel. She came up to me at Paris Airport, and we've been friends ever since. And it's amazing. But this guy, I had never met him before, and I kind of took a risk inviting him out, and him and Alina got on so well, him and me got on so well, and we went to a couple different bars, and then we went to the jazz place, which they loved, which I loved that they loved it. We then went to the gay club. We went to the gay club, and it was interesting. It was the gay club I went to last time I was in Paris, but this time it was obviously more busy because it was a Friday. It was deranged. It was really weird, and it made me miss Brighton gay clubs. Like, it was really old men being very creepy, and it was just weird. It was weird. It was not my favorite. It was not my favorite. And there was like a smokers area, which was like a box. I probably stink of smoke right now. The smokers area was not outside. It was in the club, in a boxed room where everyone went in and basically hotboxed it. It was really weird. So I was in there because both of them smoked. It's really fucking bizarre. I felt like I was like trying to breathe in there. So I wasn't the biggest fan of that, but after that, Alina went home, and me and the guy were, you know, walking home. I have to go to the hotel. He has to go to his hotel. But we had a really good night, me and him. I'll leave it at that. And I'm so glad I went out. And it was great. And I'm just glad that I'm meeting new people in Paris, if I'm honest. And he was really amazing, and she's amazing. So that was kind of how the night ended, and then I just Ubered home, and I just got in, and the receptionist was such a dick whenever I tried to get in. Why are you so late? And I was like, I was like taken aback. I was like, you're complaining that I'm coming in late to the hotel that I'm paying to stay at? I was like, what is wrong with you? I didn't say any of this to him, but it was in my head, and it's very valid in my head. But I was like, what is wrong with you? Why can't I come in at 4 fucking a.m. on a Friday? Anyways, it was a great night. It was a really great night. And I had a great time. I just am so nervous to check what my checkout time is. I think it might be 11. And if it's 11, that means that I have to check out at 11, go around Paris for 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then check into the new hotel. Ugh. I wonder when the checkout is actually. It's 11. My checkout is 11 a.m. So, not that long away. Oh, I can smell smoke off me. And it's a really disgusting smell. Okay, I'm gonna go and end the video now. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you watching day 3 in Paris? Day 3? Day 2? Is it day 2 or day 3? Either way, I appreciate you being here. I really want to go to the Christmas, there's an indoor Christmas market, or not a Christmas market, but like, Christmas light display that I really want to go to. And also, me and the guy, we walked through a bunch of Christmas lights, and it was really beautiful. I loved that, actually. But I don't know where that was. It was like only like 10 minutes from my hotel or whatever. He took this photo of me. I'll show you it, just kind of like show you what the vibe was. Here we go. Let me show you. Okay, so this was kind of like, it was like so many Christmas lights just all over the place. It was beautiful. So yeah, and then we did a little bit of exploring, and it was amazing. And then here's me and Alina at the jazz place. Like, we loved it, and they loved it, and I was just so happy. So I'm gonna end off the video. I may or may not order food, and I may or may not go to sleep. That I will. I will go to sleep. Okay. I love you. I will see you in my next one. Thank you for watching episode whatever this is of Vlogmas. What episode is this? 3, 2, whatever it is. I appreciate you being here. I'm running out of outfits. I'm now re-wearing the same shirt. Sorry, I'm so tired. I was holding that in. I'm now re-wearing the same shirt I wore on day 1. I did not think that I was going to extend the trip, so I have 3 fucking hoodies. How am I going to keep it How am I gonna keep it fun when all I have is a pair of denim trousers, tracksuit bottoms, this top, a hoodie, and another hoodie? Paris is about fucking couture, and I have nothing. But I'm having a good time. Oh my fucking god. I bought a bunch of water. Like a huge multi-pack of water. I have to finish this before I leave tomorrow. I'm not gonna finish this. There is no way in under fucking Christ I can bring this to my new hotel. If I'm checking out. Oh no. There's like nothing you can do about it or I can do about it, but like what I could do is take this one, drink this tonight. I'll need it. We drank a lot of wine. And then there's 4 left. And I can bring one of them with me? I don't know. You don't care. I don't think anyone is watching to the stage. I know my mother will be watching to the stage. Hi, Mom. I know you're probably watching this sitting in the kitchen. Mom, if you're watching this sitting in the kitchen or sitting in the living room, let me know. Because I know that that's where you watch your YouTube videos. Let me know which one. Mom, I'm drinking water. I need food. I'm gonna order food. Or I'm just gonna fucking start eating things that are in this room. Okay, bye! Bonjour! Hi, so it is now the next day. It is Saturday at 11 a.m. And I rushed myself out of the hotel room. And if you know, I was checking out of one and checking into another. And I was out very late last night. And I had to be awake today at like 10 a.m. So, and that was like pushing it. Like I had to be out of my room for 11. But anyway, I'm gonna run and, or not run, I have so many hours to go before I can properly check into my other hotel. But basically I left my bags off is what I'm saying, because after yesterday, I'm very nervous about leaving any of my bags while I'm, you know, out getting food or anything like that because of my friend getting hers stolen. So that is something to be aware of. Now, we're not off to the best start with the new hotel. It looks beautiful. It was literally a 3-minute walk from the previous hotel. But I go to check in and the guy at the door goes, "Ah, bonjour madame." Oh no, sorry, sir. I am never escaping the Adam looks like a woman thing. And he felt so bad that he was like trying to see if my room was available, like, so my room's not going to be available until 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. but he felt so bad that he was trying to like lessen the situation because he felt really awkward. So he was like, "Let me check if your room's available, maybe it's available, maybe it's available." It wasn't, but he literally like ran up the stairs trying to get it, but made me laugh. I'm used to it now. I've now learned that Parisians put up their Christmas tree, I guess, and decorate for Christmas on the 3rd of December because the amount of locals I've been seeing, or maybe they're tourists, but it wouldn't really make sense. Maybe it'd be silly. Walking around with like freshly cut Christmas trees is like insane. So it must be around the 3rd of December that they start to decorate for Christmas. So they wait for Britney Spears' birthday to happen on the 2nd of December and then they start decorating. But anyway, I'm in this little cafe right now. I'm the only person in here and the menu was very limited because it's breakfast time. But I'm right opposite the Notre Dame. You can basically see it a little bit right there. We'll go over and investigate later, but for right now I'm going to drink and eat away the hangover. Look how incredible this avocado toast looks. I've never seen anything like it before. French food, man. Okay, so that was the cafe that I was at, but this is the current view that I have, and it is absolutely stunning. Just so gorgeous. This really is just the most beautiful city in the entire world everywhere you look. Just like beautiful buildings, whatever. Seriously, such a magnificent city. I'm like stopping every 2 minutes and doing this because I just need to like, you know what I mean? Like it's so beautiful. So I have so many hours to go before I check into my hotel. So I'm just gonna roam about. But yeah, this is the current view. So pretty. And my avocado toast was also really good, so. Long time no see, Notre Dame. They're constantly doing progress work on it, and they're actually the most done with it I've ever seen. They've finished a lot. Ah, j'adore! Was that good? It's like I love. I've checked into the new hotel. I'm gonna quickly give you a little overview before I mess it up. So we have this bathroom in here. I love, love, love this bathroom compared to the bathroom in the other hotel. Like I love the shower, I love the mirror. I feel like I could do like a get ready with me here. I love, love, love. And then this is what the room looks like. So it's basically just like a standard hotel room, and it has a really big mirror here. I really, really, really love this, and it has like a little view here. Okay, so yes. All right, oh my goodness. So today already I've done a lot. So I had to be out of, it's an awful angle. I had to be out of my hotel really early. Wait, this is higher. I don't know why I'm just doing this. Nope. Hold on. Give me a moment. There we go. I had to be... Oh my god, there's scales in this room. It's very triggering. I had to be out of my hotel really early, obviously, and I was walking around, and I wasn't talking a lot whenever I was out on the town today, and the reason for that was because there was just so many people, and ever since last night, I've been a little concerned about, things being stolen. I've literally been rotating between the same fucking outfits because I was supposed to be in Paris for like 2 days, and I've been here and I've checked into this new hotel. So there was just, I'm really cautious now about all of that, and I should have been always, and you know I always have my bags on me and stuff, but I didn't really like holding my camera up because I was like focusing then on my camera instead of like my bags and stuff. So to kind of give you an overview, I did record little bits and pieces, but I saw on TikTok that there was this, big shopping center, like one of the biggest ones, like the Gallery Lafayette, I don't know, and it has like really big Christmas displays. So I went there, and the Christmas displays, sorry, were beautiful. But what I will say, oh my god, they don't charge for water here. Fabulous. I like that. A hotel that doesn't fucking charge for water. I actually really like this hotel room. TikTok had been hyping up this like gallery place, like it's like Selfridges in London, so just like every high-end designer shops, and that was all it was. And TikTok had been like, it's the best Christmas display ever, and it's like so Christmassy, and you can go in for a hot chocolate and all like this. It was not like that. Like that was like one of the things where TikTok has kind of like overhyped something 100%. It was, I mean, the tree that was there was beautiful, but like it really was just like walking around like Louis Vuitton stores. So that was fine. And then I left there, and I just started walking, and I was walking, and I think I was on, I mean, it's now about to be 3 p.m. So I've been, by the way, really sweet person gave me this little sticker at the New York meetup, and it's always on my phone. I just was walking from like 10 a.m. until now, and I saw so much. I saw so many like beautiful like areas and stuff like that, and so many beautiful buildings, and it was great. But I'm gonna go to the bathroom right now because I've been waiting to go to the bathroom all fucking day. So give me a moment, I'll be right back. Okay, so it is a bit later. I just popped into town for a little bit, and I was literally just walking to get some coffee, and I did go to a bakery on the way back. So Paul, I literally just got a pan au chocolat, which I'm very excited for because the pastries out in Paris are so crispy, and so I just want to try this. I've been waiting my entire Uber home to try this. It's so fresh and so good. And this is the first time in the trip. I've been here a couple days now. First time in the trip that I've been to a bakery, and that's really good. I really want some water, but the only water in my room is currently my tripod, so I can't. But I've discovered that it's my allergies. For some reason, I know that it's not a cold, but it's allergies. I'm feeling really like down in the dumps today. I have no energy, and my sinuses are blocked up, and it really hurts to talk. I actually, on my walk home, did a COVID test, and it was negative, because I was like, oh my god, what if I have COVID? But no, I'm just kind of really low today. So, I think maybe a walk around the city might inspire that. I have a couple things to do right now, and then after that, I'm going to possibly do that. Maybe that'll pick up my spirits. I know it will. Just like a little wander around the city. But if I'm being honest with you, I am quite low today. I think you can possibly hear it in my voice. Quite low today, but we're gonna turn that frown upside down. Okay, so I'm now on my way. I am walking in a straight line, which will hopefully take me to 8th Avenue, which is the avenue I stayed in last time I was in Paris. I love it a lot. I don't think I'm in focus. I apologize. So, oh, there's a lot of dog poop on the floor. I wonder how you say that in French. Dog shit. I'm walking to 8th, and I'm very excited because I love 8th, and there's a lot of fun shops and cafes there. Also, the Arc de Triomphe is down here. I'm just excited to get out of my hotel room. I feel that I've been very just like stuffed up today, and when you feel like that, it kind of puts your mood down a little bit, and I'm in Paris, so let's be happy and let's explore. Okay, on this edition of Doing Things Because TikTok has shown me, I have found out that there is a place here which does photography, like really detailed up-close photography of your eye. I don't know if you can see that. I thought they only had them in Amsterdam. I know it's a really popular thing in Amsterdam, but I know they have them here in Paris. I'm gonna Uber there right now and see if they are doing it today. It's a Sunday. It says they're open until 8, but I never know. I mean, I would love to see my eye that close, and I know my mother would like to see that too, so make both of us happy. Anyway, I'm gonna Uber there. There's some World Cup match on today because every few minutes there's screaming going on from every single bar in Paris, so I mean, I don't know who I'm rooting for, but good luck. Okay, so I just got the eye thing done. That was a super cool experience. They didn't allow filming in there though, but I can show you my eye. Here we have it. Let me actually show it more in detail because it's really cool. Here we have it. So that is my eye up close. Now, one thing I will say is this was really cool, and this was like an experience that I like saw on TikTok and like really wanted to try, and I'm glad that I did try it. It's so bright that like I have really sensitive eyes as it is. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna struggle with this, and Lord, I did. Like, you go into like the little box and it's like really bright white light, and then they do a flash. So I was like gripping my knee because again, I get really sensitive whenever it comes to my eyes. But anyway, I'm in the 18th district of Paris right now, and it's very Christmassy and it's very beautiful. I've actually never been to this district before. Like, every place has like Christmas decorations and stuff like that, and it really is very beautiful. And I'm just kind of roaming the streets. The place was around here. I hear Lady Gaga playing. It's not very Christmassy, but it's very camp. So anyway, yeah, that was great. The workers were really nice. The woman, it was like 3 women in there. Oh my god, every place is so loud with all of the football, FIFA going on. Like that. I assume someone scored. It's like every few minutes. I'm like, can y'all really be scoring that amount of times to be like screaming that much? So anyway, I've always wanted to do that with my eye. I'm really excited because I'm gonna like set it as like my lock screen now because I think it's so cool. And there's like a lot of like green in like the corner bit of my eye, and my dad has green eyes, so it was interesting seeing that. Now the 18th, which I'm in right now, I've read online that it's classed as like not the safest area in Paris, so it's kind of made me a little bit nervous, but I mean, it's so beautiful that I really am enjoying just like going around and looking, and there is a lot of people. I mean, I'm down one of the side streets now, which maybe isn't the safest, but the main places are so decorated for Christmas, and it's so festive, and I'm loving it. So yeah, I'm having a really nice little time here. This entire district though is like stairs that go like right up the way and stairs that go right down the way, so it's like very easy to like fall. I have in fact tripped, which is the reason I'm saying that. But even down here, apparently like every like street ending is just like a viewpoint. So here's more steps. Oh no, I'm nervous after falling. Oh my god, there's like one of them things that like takes you down. Oh, that is very cool. But like, look at this. There's just like the most like beautiful Christmas lights up this entire way. And then there's like just so many beautiful buildings around here. 18th is beautiful. Okay everyone, so I'm currently down by the hotel that I first ever came to whenever I was in Paris. Oh, and the Eiffel Tower is literally sparkling as I started filming. I actually didn't know that it was the time for it to do that. Oh, but it's so pretty. This is my first time properly seeing it sparkle. But anyway, I have came down here because I'm gonna go to the cafe that I normally go to, or the restaurant that the workers know me at, just because I'm gonna be honest, today is not a good day. I can't really put my finger on it, but I'm really anxious, and there is just nothing that is taking away like a really intense feeling of anxiety throughout my body. And I had a really bad panic attack this morning, and it kind of has just like set me off. Like I went and saw one of my friends today, and that was really nice. That was probably one of the highlights of my day, but I'm really like, I feel like I almost have like no personality today or something like that. Like I just feel very fragile. And I wanted to include this. I wasn't going to include this. I was going to be like, ooh, like pretty Christmas lights and, you know, the Eiffel Tower sparkling and la la la. But I was like, I want this, like, this is the reality of traveling sometimes. And I can't really put my finger on why it's happening. I don't know, like, if something has triggered it or whatever. But it's how I'm feeling right now. So I'm going to walk over here because I feel that, like, knowing, like, the workers in here or whatever, it kind of lifts my mood a little bit. So today's just one of them days. Dinner, spaghetti carbonara, red wine, with a view this good. Oh my god, before the next clip, I just filmed like a big sit down clip, right? Before the next clip, I want to show this. So I talked about the fact that, and in the last clip I was like, I'm gonna go to my favorite cafe, the workers know me, whatever. A lot of people who don't like me anyway and are just waiting for the opportunity to say I'm lying, went on this rampage online of being like, oh, of course Adam is lying about yet another thing. No one in Paris knows him. He's not a local anywhere. Yet again lying. All he does is lie. They eat it up about you, like eating up my lies apparently. So I went to the cafe and I literally recorded myself walking up to it, and I was like, this will be the one time like they don't say my name, because I was there a couple days ago. So this is the cafe that I went to the first ever time I went to Paris, and every single time I go to Paris, I make it a reason to go to this cafe. And so here's your proof that these workers know me by name, for those who said that I was lying.
Hello. Nice to see you again. Nice to see you. You do every single time. How are you? Can I get a table outside, please?
He goes, Adam, Adam, Adam. So let's go on to the next clip, but there to debunk all the haters. Okay everyone, it is now the next day. It is 1:30 p.m. and I have just showered and gotten ready, and I started actually packing up because I am leaving the hotel tomorrow morning at like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. or something like that. So it's gonna be a really early operation, so I wanted to get on top of it now. But basically, I want to talk a little bit about yesterday, but I do want to show you this first. So on one of my first days here, when I went to like the Christmas market, I did this photo booth, which was really cute. And here is actually like a better view of my eye. I'm just like, it's so cool that that's like my eye, right? So anyway, I want to talk about yesterday. So yesterday I had a really awful day. My hair feels so stringy right now because I haven't been able to put my Olaplex in it, or my purple shampoo or conditioner. I have not been able, can I speak? I have not been able to condition my hair now for the entire duration that I've been in Paris, because none of the hotels have had conditioner, so I've literally just been using like hair and body wash. So that's not the nicest. I'm excited to wash my hair tomorrow properly. But anyway, yesterday was not a good day. And I know that today is going to be a better day because I'm also in better spirits. So I was really sick all day yesterday, and I'm still sick today. Now, today is a lot less than yesterday, and yesterday, on top of, like, feeling like I was so, like, congested and sick, I also was so anxious, which kind of made me feel a lot worse. Now, I was gonna not include any of that in the video, and I was just gonna, like, post, like, a 4-minute video and completely evade talking about how I actually felt yesterday. But I did want to include it, and I did want to focus on it, actually. Like, not even just, like, include it, but focus on it, because that can happen when you are in a different part of the world than where you're used to. So for me, being in Paris, whenever, you know, I'm not from here. And it can be hard enough whenever you're having a panic attack or a very anxious day, whenever you are at, you know, the place you live, or you're in a familiar setting, or any of the following, that whenever you're not in that, it can set you over the edge even more, and that was definitely what happened to me yesterday. And I was on the phone with my mum for a while yesterday, kind of talking about it, and we both kind of came to the conclusion that this happens to me every single time I go on a trip that lasts above a certain amount of days. So, for this trip, obviously I extended it, so I've now hit that, you know, day mark, which is I need to be with my dogs, and I need to be with the cats. And I'm gonna be with the cats tomorrow, like literally in a few hours, because I'll be back in Brighton tomorrow really early in the morning, because my flight's really early in the morning, which I'm actually glad it's early. I don't want to leave Paris. Here's what I'm saying. Do I want to leave tomorrow? No. Do I think that it's for the best that I go home tomorrow and see my animals again? Yes. I think I need to. Because they keep me so... It keeps me in a routine, and it keeps me, like... If I don't see them for a long period of time, I really do start to struggle, especially the dogs. The cats couldn't give a fuck if I'm there or not, but, like, the dogs, I need to be with them, and I think knowing that my parents are looking after them as well, and I'm not there, it kind of makes me feel like I have no control. I know they're doing a good job, and an amazing job, but just, I feel like I have no control. So, I think that's what it is, like... I really do get to this stage whenever I'm on a trip, and it has nothing to do with, I could be in Paris, New York, whatever. It has to do with the fact that I'm, like, living out of a hotel, and I'm not, like, you know, home. And I always was someone who loved doing that, but whenever I have my animals now, I think it completely changes everything. And I think it's kind of like, you know, you have your babies, and, like, you're out of sorts, and you miss them, and you need to be with them, and that's definitely what happens to me. So I think that was weighing on me yesterday. I think if I'm honest, there's like a lot that was weighing on me yesterday. So, number 1 was I woke up with a panic attack. Number 2 was I missed the dogs and cats. Mainly the dogs, because I'm seeing the cats before I see the dogs. Like, the dogs are in Ireland. And the next one is I have a lot of maintenance that needs to get done in my apartment. My apartment, I've been there for like 2.5 years now, and there's a couple things that I need maintenance to fix, like door handles, whatever like that. But I get really anxious being like an adult, and I get really anxious having to organize those calls and having to do all that kind of stuff. So that has kind of been, I'm like, oh shit, I need to do that now. Another thing is really stupid, but I have no idea what I'm gonna do for Christmas presents for anyone this year. And that is starting to stress me out, that I normally have everything sorted by now, and I have nothing sorted. And I don't know when I'm able to buy Christmas presents, because I'm going to New York next week. I'm not complaining about any of this, by the way, but I'm just kind of, this was all rotating in my head yesterday. And that, and I feel that I'm gonna disappoint my family this Christmas, and that has been like weighing on me. And just the amount of travel. Again, it is a blessing, and I'm so grateful that I get to travel, but if I'm gonna be honest, the amount of travel that I have within the next week is kind of stressing me out, because it's like Paris to London, London to Brighton, Brighton to London, London to Derry, Derry to London, London to London to, oh my god, I'm not even, sorry, hold on, like this, if you do not want to know like why I'm stressed, here's why I'm stressed, here's what my like routine is for the next week. Paris to London, London to Brighton, Brighton to London, London to Belfast, Belfast to Derry, Derry to Belfast, Belfast to London, London to Brighton, Brighton to London, London to New York, London or New York to London to Brighton to London to Belfast to Derry, and then I'm back for Christmas. So I get really anxious flying, and knowing that I have that amount of planes coming up again, I'm very grateful, and I can't believe that I'm able to go on them, but the fear never leaves, and if I think about it too intensely, I will cry. But today I know it's gonna be a better day. I still feel quite sick, but I'm ready to like hit the town. I'm wearing like a couple layers. I'm like being creative now with re-wearing my clothes. I'm wearing my sweater that I wore yesterday, and then I have this new one on top of it. I also would love to buy like a I Heart Paris like shirt in like really large, and it could be like a pajama shirt or something like that. I think it's so like, yes. My voice sounds so fried. Okay, I'm gonna end off the video. I appreciate you being here. I'm sorry for the somber attitude of this one, but I promise you the one I'm gonna film today will not be like that. But it's realistic, it's life, and I love you. Thank you for watching, and bye. Good morning, Paris. So it is currently the afternoon. Sorry that I just lied to you and gaslit you by saying good morning. It is currently 2:20. I don't know if you can see this here, but we can see that my eye is my lock screen from getting my eye done yesterday. So, I'm very excited for today. Let's do the window one last time. Well, I mean, we have tomorrow morning. I'm getting deja vu to filming this exact same similar thing at the previous hotel where I'm like, this is the last morning. I wake up tomorrow and extend the trip. No, I actually can't this time. So here we go. Very beautiful. It is bitterly cold today, like bitterly cold. So much so that there's actually a snow warning in Paris today. So it might snow, it's that cold. So I have my hat on. I just washed, you know whenever you wash your hair and you're like, oh, I can show my hair off, but it's like too cold, so I'm just saying fuck it and putting my hair up in a hat. Need food. I had a great sleep. I slept off a lot of the sickness from yesterday, so I'm like hungry. But one thing that was really cute was yesterday I got a bunch of water and juice delivered because I was like basically like drowning myself in fluids to try like recoup myself, and it worked. But look what the sweet workers did. They did Adam with a little heart on it. It made my day, made my night. So anyway, let's go get food. I feel like I have to whisper because it's like really quiet in here, but I'm in this really cute restaurant in Little Italy, and it's like really like quaint and like really beautiful, and I like, this is what it looks like. I'm like the only one in here. The guy who's serving me is so beautiful, and he looks like one of the guys that I used to get with, but like a more attractive French version. So he's getting a good tip. I ordered the French onion soup and cheeseburger and chips. I'm gonna eat well because we want to go for an adventure today. That is the largest burger I've ever seen in my entire life. Look how beautiful all these streets are. It's so beautiful. Okay, so if anyone's following along whenever I say what districts of Paris I'm in, I'm now in second, and I'm just walking in a straight line. I have no real plans for today other than just walk around and enjoy myself and take in the sights on this last day. So come along with me, but the streets are just so beautiful. It's so movie-esque. I love it. My meal was so good. It was so good. The burger was so large that I had to literally just eat the meat of it because the buns were intense. Okay, so right over there is where the Christmas market was that we went to on one of the first days. That Ferris wheel is going like weirdly fast. Does anyone else think so? Anyway, look at this beautiful little area right here. Very beautiful little fountain here. Little birdies enjoying it. So many beautiful buildings surrounding it, as we can see. And I don't know if you can see, but right over there, that little point is the Eiffel Tower. Woo! All the seagulls are making me feel like I'm back in Brighton. Okay, so I just had a nice little sit down over here and I was literally just people watching and enjoying. There's not that many people around today because it is on the tad of cold side, and by that I mean when my snot comes down, I'm pretty sure it just turns into a fucking icicle. Is that too graphic? Anyways, I think this view is just beautiful. I actually need to take a picture of this. Hold on. Let me go to my natural habitat. Oh my god, wait, if I do this, you're in it too. Oh my god, wait, look at this photo. I don't know why I've never done this before, but you're in it too. Oh my god, it's like our photo from Paris. Oh, you look so good, Bessie. So, who's texting me? My mother. I'm thinking of going to this place called Angelina's, I think. It has like authentic hot chocolate. I've seen it on TikTok. Apparently my entire trip this time is inspired by TikTok. So we are going to be going there. So many little birds making so many silly little noises. It's like authentic hot chocolate and like authentic like cream in it. Oh my god, these birds are beautiful. Hi, they're walking at an angle. Wait, I've never seen birds like this in my entire life. What the fuck? They're beautiful, but I've never seen birds like this ever. My goodness. Anyway, I've always wanted to do it. Like, I mean, last Christmas I saw these videos and it was right after I had left Paris and I was like, damn it, I want to go. Now, it's like an Uber right away, so I'm thinking of walking to like one of the main streets. I'm sorry, this view is just so beautiful, isn't it? I'm thinking of walking to one of the main streets and getting an Uber and going there, and I'm really full from my meal, but they do close because they're just like a cafe. So we're gonna go and we're gonna have some delicious hot chocolate. My concern is that it tastes like too chocolatey and I'm not even gonna enjoy it, but I think the experience will be so top tier, so top tier. I'm a chocolate lover and I think I might enjoy it. So anyway, we're going to walk, and oh my god, someone else is vlogging. Hey vlogger. Okay, I'm gonna get an Uber to Evangelina's now and get a delicious hot chocolate. And watch, they like don't even have it, or they're closed. Oh my god, look at this view right now. Isn't this just incredible? Okay, I went to the hot chocolate place and the line probably had 60 to 80 people in it, but we'll talk about that later. But first of all, this view is more important. How beautiful is this? And over here, by the way, is the Ritz Hotel, which is the last hotel of Princess Diana, if y'all remember, whenever she checked out of that hotel, and that's when everything happened. It was the Ritz Hotel, I'm pretty sure, right over here. So that's a bit of sad information, but it's a very beautiful area. Okay, so here it is, the Ritz Hotel in Paris. So it's almost crazy to imagine like how many paparazzi were in like this area, like all surrounding here, like kind of like at the front doors, and then was it that they went out the back doors or something like that? It was something anyway, but we're all watching The Crown obviously right now, so this is like a very big moment in it, and I'm obsessed with Princess Diana as it is. So I mean, I've been to Paris many times, but I've never thought to actually come here. And there was someone who just walked past and took a picture with it, who had like a Princess Diana tote bag. I was like, okay. So what I'm gonna do right now, I wasn't even planning on walking here. I was at the hot chocolate place, and I'm no longer taking advice from TikTok. Fuck TikTok, because there was, as I said, there could have been 100 people in line, and I'm not even exaggerating with that, because the entire street had people lined up, and I thought, oh, it's just a busy street. No, it was all for this place, and then I googled it, and it's like a really big deal or whatever. But I was talking to someone in the queue and they were like, yeah, we've been here for 45 minutes already. They're waiting table by table. And she was from California, and she was basically like, did you find it from TikTok too? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I think TikTok just has everyone here. So little advice if you're traveling, if you find something on TikTok, probably don't go there, because everyone else probably have the same idea. But anyway, this hotel was like just like within walking distance of it. Again, I wasn't planning on coming here, but I was just walking, and then I come across this like really big street. It's a very big open street. It reminds me of Austria. It reminds me of being in Vienna. This is what kind of all the streets in Vienna looked like, or well, not all, but whatever I saw in Vienna, and it's very beautiful. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna look up paparazzi videos from the Ritz Hotel with Princess Diana to kind of solidify even more my knowledge of being here. So let's do that. Yeah, so there she is, and that was the entrance of the hotel. So this part here with the street is right here. I'll give it a second to focus. Yeah, it's right here. That's what we're overlooking right now, which is absolutely crazy. Like all these different pictures from it. Now that being said, I know that the final time she left the hotel, they went through the service exit because all the paparazzi were flooding the street here. And I mean, this is like a paparazzi's like dream. I mean, like this open space. But I know it was the service exit that her and her boyfriend left at the final time, so I assume that's around here. I mean, I'm not gonna go looking for it, but I mean, I'm gonna turn in one of the streets, and if it's there, I see it. But it's crazy to be here in general, if I'm honest. Very beautiful hotel. It's like hard to imagine like being in the footsteps of like historical people like that. Like I get that I used to be like this way with like celebrities. By the way, this tree is humongous and beautiful. I used to be like that with celebrities, but I feel like I'm now more so like that with like historical people, and I would say Princess Diana is incredibly historical. Okay, and then here was the exit that they took. It's almost weird to be standing here. It's crazy to be here. Okay, I did a little bit of walking through 8th Avenue. It was just seeing like the pretty streets, and it was really nice. They had some Christmas lights, not many. It was mainly just people watching whenever I was there. And I was, thank you so much. I was going to get my Uber and just go back to my hotel for a bit because I've been on the go for a bit. And then I realized that I'm right beside the Arc de Triomphe, which is something I love seeing every time I'm in Paris. And I'm pretty sure the hotel that I always stayed at, well, one of the hotels I always stayed at, is like up one of these streets. I don't know, it's up one of the streets. Anyway, I can see the Arc de Triomphe like right directly in front of me, and I was like, I'm not gonna see it again before I leave on this trip, so we may as well go together and see it. I'm still bitter about not getting my hot chocolate, I'm gonna be honest. I just wanted it. Why can I not get it? So anyway, we are now walking, and I don't know if you can see, but I can see it's barely up there. Well, I found it. We see it. I say this every time I'm here, and if you watch all my vlogs from Paris, you'll know, but this street is like one of the most dangerous, no laws apply streets when it comes to parking. They just come from every single angle, and it's fucking terrifying. Anyway, that was beautiful to see. Now time to go back to the hotel. I've done a lot today. Here we go. Whoa. Hold on. I was literally gonna be like, okay, bye, ending the clip. But I can just see this from the distance of all of the Christmas lights. Holy shit. Oh my fucking god. I've never seen this many Christmas lights in my life. Oh my god. Look at this, and you can see the light from the Eiffel Tower, the beam down there. Oh my god, look at this. This is insane. It like stretches all the way down there. Oh my god, this is beautiful. What's funny is the last time I was at this spot, yeah, my hotel must be very near them, because this was where we walked in the street. It was when me and my mom were here for the Lady Gaga concert. Last time we were here, the Tour de France was happening, and this entire street was cordoned off, and it was literally just all the bikers, and it was the Tour de France. So, something cool to note. This is so beautiful. I've never seen this amount of Christmas lights in my entire life. It's gorgeous. I'm glad I came down the street. This is the Dollys, I think, or something like that. This is beautiful. Okay, now they're all sparkling. And then we see the Arc de Triomphe up there. I nearly got hit by that man, but it's my fault because I'm so close to the bike lane. Look at this. Ah yes, and the signs of Paris. There we go. Okay, hi. Oh, I just got an Uber 3 minutes away. So it is currently 9:30 and I was literally just in a bar getting a glass of wine, and I was hoping to get a glass of wine and like a small platter of cheese or something like that. I had a not the nicest experience whenever it came to the workers. I was like doing my order in French, and they basically, every time I would do my order in French, they were acting as if I was speaking some, I don't even know, like if I was speaking like blutter, which I possibly could have, but I was saying like, you know, like I was doing my cheese and wine order. And then she like gave me over to the manager, and then the manager was like, oh, like you speak English, and it was just like not the nicest. But I had already ordered a glass of wine at that stage, so I sat in, and it was really weird. I just wanted to finish it, so I finished it, and I'm now here. So I'm now gonna Uber to the cafe that I really like in Paris, because this will be my last time going for a while. And I know they have a good cheese platter for like a single person. Now the problem is they might not be serving food at this stage. So if they're not serving food at this stage, then we will just enjoy the views of the Eiffel Tower and not have cheese and wine. But yeah, I mean, it has not been the most successful 30 minutes, I will tell you that. And the wine wasn't even that good as well, so. Anyways, where's my Uber? Alright, so it is currently, let me check the time, it is 11:10, and I have just finished my meal at that lovely cafe that I go to every single fucking time I'm in Paris, and I've had quite a lot of wine. But that's the usual. This is the best thing. The best thing about a lot of glasses of wine is the public fear of vlogging leaves. So I couldn't give a fuck that I'm vlogging in public right now. And that is so amazing. Like, look at all these people. They could be watching me film right now. Who gives a shit? But anyway, hold on, let me actually like try to figure out where I am. I figured out where I am. Okay, so first of all, this is the last time we're gonna see Miss Queen Eiffel. I feel like I don't even want to be like, oh, this is so sad, because I know I'll be back in like a month. I like come back to Paris so often at this stage that like it's not even like, ooh, when's the next time? I'm like, I'll see you again in like 2 weeks. What I am gonna do is walk to the hotel that I always used to go to when I was in Paris, which is the Pullman Eiffel Tower Hotel. And I'm gonna get my Uber from there. I'm also freezing, so I'm like shivering a lot. So please don't think I'm that drunk, because I'm also shivering a lot. So I'm like shaking over my words. So I'm gonna get my Uber from there. I had a great time at that cafe. But yeah, they were pushing the limits of Adam tonight. They were like, one more glass, one more glass, one more glass. And I was like, because I told them it was my last night in Paris. Also, they made me so insecure. I went there and I got a cheese platter, like I said. I had a side of bread with it, and then I finished my bread, and then it was like in a little basket, like a little small one. So I finished that, and then I ate another, so I ate that entire thing. And then they come over and they were like, oh, we'll refill it. And I'm like, ah, merci beaucoup, thank you. So they refill my bread. Oh my god, there's people going into the Eiffel Tower. This is so late. Don't y'all have better things to do? No offense. So they refill my bread and they give me more bread. And then I eat a lot of that bread. I don't finish it, but I eat a lot of it. And the same guy comes over to me and he goes, no more bread for you, monsieur. You'll thank me later. No more bread for you. And I was like, and he like made this big deal, and he was like speaking so lightly about like, no more bread, you'll thank me later. And I felt so embarrassed. I was like, oh my god, like this is like the first time in my life that I've like been carefree eating so much bread. And the guy comes over and is like, no more for you. I was like, fuck's sake. I have now noticed that there's someone calling me. I have no idea who's it gonna be. It's gonna be my mother, Kat, or Ellie. Oh my god, it's an anomaly. It's my friend Jennifer. Okay, so I'm waiting for my Uber, but I've snuck into the hotel that I used to stay at. Oh my god, my eyes are fucked. My eyes are red. I've snuck into the hotel that I used to stay at whenever I was in Paris, which is the Pullman Eiffel Tower Hotel. I have these like red marks right here. I can't stop them. When it's wintertime, they're gonna come. I can put Vaseline on them. Shut the fuck up. So, and they've decorated it so beautiful. And I mean, this hotel like makes me so emotional whenever I'm in here because it reminds me of, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm not gonna. It's like not even worth it to cry. Fuck me. I was gonna tell a fucking happy story. Hold on, give me a moment. It reminds me of my first time in Paris, and it was that first time I ever met Emma Chamberlain, which was my biggest inspiration at that time. And that was like a really big thing that kept me going and inspired me to continue with YouTube and continue with my social media dreams. And this hotel means a lot to me. But anyway, being in this hotel is like a really beautiful moment of like, aw, look how far we've came. And the last time I was in this hotel, it was a lot cheaper, by the way. This hotel has gotten so fucking expensive. Like, when I stayed at this hotel, I stayed here like 3 or 4 times. It was like always expensive, like on the more expensive side, but it was never as expensive as what it is now. We're still gonna stay in your fucking lobby without paying fucking, shut the fuck up. I have no idea what I'm saying, but shut the fuck up. It's like whatever happened to the loyal fan base that stayed here. Anyway, my Uber's here. Merci, au revoir. Au revoir. Oh my god, I said au revoir so many times. So many times. Yeah, they like have decorated for Christmas night, which they never did whenever I stayed here. It's like they put their budget up whenever I fucking left. Oh no, that man's coming out. I feel like he's gonna kick my ass. He's behind me. I'm scared he's gonna kick my ass. My Uber's here. Hi. I'm gonna go bonsoir. 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 For Adam? Adam? Ah, oui, oui, merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Good morning. I have never felt this rough in my entire life. My Uber's 3 minutes away. I literally look like the scariest I've ever looked. I've overslept. I'm so tired. Oh my god, like early morning flights always to me sound like such a good thing in the moment. I'm literally fighting for my life right now. Like I'm holding back, throwing up. I hear someone walking towards me. Anyway, I'm gonna get my Uber and then I'm gonna I'm not even kidding. I don't think I can talk to you without throwing up, so we're not gonna talk right now. Hi, I'm back in Brighton. Do you wanna know what I spent all my day yesterday doing? Throwing up, sleeping, being sick, feeling like death. And we're gonna talk about all that, because we need to, but I'm back in Brighton. And Mr. Tyler here has not left my side ever since I've came back. He has been so cuddly and so lovable, and exactly what I've needed. But anyway, I have got to tell you what happened. So, oh, he's stuck. So, I can never go back to Paris. I can never go back to France. I am so humiliated. I shall never return to Paris. That's a lie, but we'll talk about it. I need to make some tea. Oh my god, I look so bad. Okay, we're gonna make some tea while I talk to you. But basically, I'm not even being a drama queen right now whenever I'm saying that I'm so embarrassed by myself. It's the truth. Alright, so do I even have tea? I don't even know what I have in my kitchen. I like came back to my apartment and it was like really clean, and I like thought someone had broken in and like cleaned it, until I realized that I actually cleaned my apartment before I left for Paris. That was one of my things. I wasn't gonna leave for the trip before I packed, cleaned. Perfect. I have any tea. Any tea. Going once, going twice. What, Milo? Why are you meowing? I don't think I have any tea. Oh, I do. But do I have any cups? Okay, I'm out on my balcony and it's like still really bright for me. it's like not been my like 24 hours, whatever. So I'm in the process of making my tea. And I just got a Diet Coke. I'm literally squinting. It's like a bit intense. I like wonder if I actually have sunglasses. I'm being serious. I'm so sick right now. I'm so beyond sick right now. I have no sunglasses, really? This is upsetting. Alright, we're just gonna have to rough it. No sunglasses. At all. No problem. So, like I said, I'm making my tea, but I just find this Diet Coke in my fridge, which is covered in cat hairs. Why? I have no idea. But anyway, so yesterday, the last clip I filmed was me outside the hotel, and I was like struggling, like very much so struggling, more so than I had ever done in the past. Hold on, this might be better. Is it better? I don't know, I'm still squinting. It's like really glary outside. More than I had like ever struggled before. And a big reason for that was because I had drank a lot of wine and then gone to bed and had only been able to sleep for like 3 hours or something like that because I had to wake up for, you know, the flight. But another reason for that was I really wasn't talking about this a lot throughout the vlogs in Paris because I really didn't want to, like, there was no real point to bring it up because, like, why? But like most days I was in Paris, I was like violently throwing up, and I had said that I was sick, you know, on my vlogs, whatever, and it wasn't even like a case of that it like really ruined my trip or anything like that. Like, I probably had one of the most successful trips to Paris ever, but I had like a really bad stomach bug the entire trip, and it was making me throw up most days. And I don't know about you, but I'm someone who definitely has a fear of that, so whenever it happens I start to like panic more than it ever happened. And so I was anxious a lot of days in Paris as well because I was like being really sick. Again, I got like COVID test and it wasn't COVID. So anyway, it was just a mix of like all of that on that final day. So I, you know, rushed to get out of my hotel room. I'm like still really tired. I've like never been that tired in my life. And my Uber picks me up, and the entire like hour to the airport, I was like feeling myself, like, you know when you're like feeling like the liquids in your stomach be like, I'm gonna come out. I was feeling that. So all I thought was, as long as I hold myself together enough that I don't be sick in this man's Uber, because if I'm sick in this man's Uber, I think that would probably end my life. Like, I'm pretty sure he would take me out, and I would not blame him for that. And also, like, Uber, there's so many restrictions when it comes to, like, if you throw up in the car, like, your rating in Uber can get down, your account can get banned. There are so many things that have happened to my friends that have, like, been sick in Uber, so I've always been scared of something like that happening. Like, I remember there was one day in LA, something like that happened, where I had to get an Uber from Anaheim to LA, and I was really sick, and I was like, in the Uber, and the guy was like, are you okay? And I was like, and I don't know why I thought this was the best thing to say. I was like, yeah, I'm just feeling a little bit gassy. Why did I think that was a good thing to say? So that was very much so like yesterday, but I could not talk. Like in that video you saw, I don't even know if I'm gonna include it because it's like, it was me in like my worst state, but it really was bad. Like I could not talk without throwing up. And so I get to the airport, and I get to the airport with 30 minutes until my gate closes, like 30 minutes until my gate closes. So I've kind of accepted at this point that I'm not gonna get on my flight. So I immediately run into the bathrooms, and they're all full. So I have to like wait for 5 minutes, and I'm like, so then someone comes out of the bathroom stall, and I run in, and I mean, it was just like the second I knew that I closed that stall door and that I could do my thing, I was in there for like 7, 8, 9 minutes, and it was rough. It was rough, like so much so that whenever I had like finished, I was like, oh, I don't think I finished, and I was like trembling, I was shaking, I was like, my legs were like this, my hands were shaking, I was crying, not from me being like, I'm so sad, I'm crying. I was crying from like, I don't know. And I walk out of the stall, I flush the toilet of course, I walk out of the stall, and the worker was in there, and she goes like, c'est problem? Something like in French, like, is there a problem? And I was like, no, because I was just trying not to get kicked out of the airport. So I immediately run to departures, and then I'm feeling even more that I have to be sick when I run to departures. And I'm like, it's like make or break the security line. Like if the security line has people in it, I'm fucked. Like I'm not getting on this flight. And then I would kind of just accept it, and I would move along with my day. And I wasn't going to extend my trip, but I was going to either fly directly to Belfast for like a day and then come back here, or get on a later flight, whatever I was gonna do, right? So there is nobody at security other than the workers, and I was just like, this has not been my day, but maybe this is gonna be my day. I breeze through security, and I run to my gate, and I end up getting to my gate, and they're checking me in. You can hear Milo's manic meows from in there. Everyone's boarding, and we're checking in at our gate or whatever. And I'm like, oh, like one moment, and I run into the bathroom again, because there's bathrooms by the boarding things, and I just do the exact same thing. I'm throwing up again, and I was in there this time for like a minute or something like that, but because boarding was ending, one of the flight attendants comes in and like knocks on the stall, and I'm like, fuck. I feel like I had been like outed by like a teacher who like was gonna give me detention or something like that. So I open the stall, and I'm like, bonjour. I was like trying to like compose myself, and she was like, you speak English? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, you're clearly very sick. And she walked out, and she was like, follow me. And whenever I had exited, she brought me into a medical room, which was beside the boarding. So I was in that medical room for like 5 or 10 minutes, and they were basically just asking me a bunch of questions. They were taking my temperature, they were all like that. Luckily, everything wasn't that bad, and I was able to be like, oh, I was really car sick and whatever, because they were going to refuse to let me on the flight. And it was just so embarrassing. And then by the time I got out of the medical room, it was like 15 minutes later, 10 minutes later, whatever. Everyone had boarded the flight, and I ended up making the flight like 10 minutes delayed, which, whenever I'm on a flight and that happens, when that person walks in, then I'm like, you fucking bastard. And I know everyone was saying that about me, and I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. So I end up arriving back into London. I end up getting an Uber to Brighton, and from 9 yesterday, was it 9 I got in? 9 AM, I've slept. So from 9 AM until basically 9 AM, I've slept. And I was supposed to go back to Derry yesterday and, you know, be with the girls. All I wanted, especially yesterday, was just like to be in bed and for Bonnie and Dolly to be like there with me, because they're just the best cuddle bugs. But they weren't, because they're back in Derry. And I was supposed to fly yesterday, but I slept through the entire day, and my mom and dad were like, don't come back today. Do not. And so, you know, I need to come back today, but there's only 2 flights available, and one of the flights takes off in like an hour, and I'm not even ready to sort the, you know, the cats out yet, because I just, you know what I mean. And then the other one takes off at nighttime, but it's like triple the price of what a flight normally is for no reason. I think maybe because it's like really, what's the word? There's a lot of people booking it, so it's like £400, whenever normally the flights back home are like £50, £40. So obviously I'm not spending that, so it's just been a mess, and I don't know what's happening, and I don't know how I'm getting home, and I'm all over the place because I need to be back in London for Sunday, because I'm flying from London to New York on Monday. So I need to be back for Sunday, and then I'm like, okay, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You know what, I might end up just having to do that, like tomorrow, like fly early morning Thursday, be in Derry Thursday, Friday, Saturday, fly Saturday night, be back here Sunday night. That might be something I do. But anyway, I opened my Diet Coke and I don't even want it anymore. Let me take a sip. Like my throat is like, I feel like I've been like smoking for 10 years. I feel like inhaling the fumes of Parisian people have like aged my voice. Hi Tyler, you want to say hi to the people? I hear you're very vocal. Say hi to them. Hi Tyler. It's me and Tyler. BFFs forever. I hear little Milo. Does Milo want to come over? Hi Milo. Hi baby boy. Oh, my chunky monkey Milo. Oh, my chunky monkey Milo. How are we doing, Milo? Tyler, you don't have to be jealous that you're not getting attention right now. See, Milo doesn't even want attention. Hey, buddy. One thing I do want to do is try the new thing that Lindsay Lohan has kind of advertised. It's like all promotion for like her Christmas movie, and it's called Pilk, and it is Pepsi and milk. Now, this kind of just sounds like an ice cream float that we do in Ireland, which is, I wonder if other places do that as well. I would assume it's like Coke and like a scoop of ice cream. I think other places do that because I feel like I've seen that in New York. So I feel like it's just gonna taste like that, but I've been craving it ever since I've been like really sick. And I don't even think you have to do it with like Pepsi. Like you can just do it with like Coke or whatever. I mean, maybe not like with like Diet Cokes because there's like less flavoring, but I definitely want to try Pilk today. Is there something in particular you want? Because he normally does this whenever he's hungry, right? Where he like headbutts himself into me. He only does it when he's hungry. But he's just been fed. Tyler, please. Personal space, possibly? Question mark? Any personal space around here. That would be perfect. I would love some personal space. Ugh, Tyler. Okay, so we're now back from the shop. This is what my hair looks like whenever I don't deep condition it every single day. So we're gonna put the hat back on. We're gonna put the hat back on. Hey! Okay, we are gonna be trying this Pepsi phenomenon going around the internet right now. We are going to give it our best shot. Again, I feel like this is gonna be a very similar... This top, I washed like 6 months ago, and it's been like hanging here for like 6 months. Something to note. Okay, so what was I doing? Oh, the Lindsay Lohan thing, but I wanted to show you the video first. So here it is. So Pepsi, and then milk.
Naughty. Pepsi and milk. Pilk.
Okay, so that is it, and obviously this is something that's been around for a while. With like ice cream floats and stuff. I also got milk cookies, and I got chocolate chip cookies because that's what I'm feeling right now. Okay, so I haven't drank whole milk or like cow's milk since I was probably, no joke, like drinking it like, I'm gonna drink this. Like not talking about it being in like a coffee or something like that if I don't know. Probably since I was like 15 years old. Like I really do not drink milk. And the reason is, it like just ruins my skin. Like it ruins my skin. I know a lot of people don't drink it because of like the shits or whatever. No, it just ruins my skin. Okay, so I don't know proportions. I'm thinking like Pepsi to like more than halfway fill and then milk on top of it. I also, Pepsi is not my go-to. So if I was to do this, I feel like I would do it with Coke, but I just wanted to do it for the bit, you know what I mean? Okay, so we're gonna do it to like over the halfway mark. I don't know when the halfway mark is because it fizzes up. I'm excited because I always used to get ice cream floats whenever I was sick. Okay, I feel like, is that a good amount? Or maybe just a little bit more Pepsi? And then the rest with milk? Yeah. My dad specifically used to always make me that whenever I was homesick. And I was asking my friends, like, what did you eat or drink whenever you were really sick? And a lot of my friends were saying like, oh no, like we would just have like toast and like tea. And I was like, oh, okay. I forgot to shake this. So I want to ask you, like, when you were sick, or even when you're sick now, what's your go-to like thing to have? Also, my parents used to give me Sprite out of the bottle. I think because that shit is so like strong that it just shakes any virus from you. Okay, so now we're gonna put the milk in. It's so lumpy, it's so lumpy. Oh my god, milk is so terrifying. Okay, again, I don't know what my ratio is supposed to be. And you're supposed to mix it, but I really couldn't be bothered to mix it. I'm gonna mix it, because otherwise it's gonna like curdle. All right, here we go. Mixing it. I feel like this is definitely more of a milky color than what Lindsay Lohan's was. Now again, if Lindsay Lohan likes it, then I like it. Or wait, no, actually hers is quite milky too. This literally just looks like a ice cream sundae or whatever. Okay, we're gonna try it. I feel like I need to have like a cookie. I need to bite into a cookie and then I'll try it. Who knows? Maybe this will be my Christmas delicacy this year. Who knows? Oh, great way of opening it, Adam. Okay. This is all I want to like. Okay, now the moment of truth. Please be good. Interesting. The carbonation of the Pepsi is throwing me off a little bit, but then the milk kind of provides this like lovely warm feeling. What? That's actually quite delicious. And with the cookie, she was dipping it in. Just the foam. Oh, I like it. It does just taste like, again, the ice cream float. I like it. Very festive. Thank you, Lindsay. It's good. I would try it. It's fun. I know this is just like an advertising thing from Pepsi, but this is something that's been around for a while. It's good. Okay, so here's the plan. I have just showered and I have finally been able to use all of my like bleached hair essentials. So my hair is gonna look quite wet for quite some time today because it has so many oils in it, because I am trying to undo the fact that it has been washed with like body wash in Paris for the past week. So it's gonna look like this for a bit today because it needs to have as much oil in it as possible with all my different oil plexes. What is Milo doing? Milo! If you're wondering why there's tiles here, it's because before I went on my trip, my windows were kind of bleeding water with the storm that was happening, so I put them up just in case it would happen while I was gone, so that my apartment wouldn't flood. Fun. Okay, I'm gonna go into town right now. I need to get a couple things, nothing that exciting, but just to kind of redo my equipment that I have here. And by that, I mean my face powder and new skincare and stuff like that. Okay, so I just did my shopping there. It was really brief, but I just realized that I'm really not gonna be able to show you the Christmas markets in Brighton because I'm in Brighton so little this month. So I thought before I Ubered back, so this is Brighton, we're in Brighton. I thought before I went back to my apartment, I would show you about it because it's been a long time. Hi. Okay, ignore me then, bitch. Fuck you too. By the way, this is like the exact same wheel that was in Paris, but you would think by the sky that it's the warmest day ever. Don't be fooled, it's freezing. Okay, that was really cute, but it's definitely a very small market. I feel that even the one in Derry is bigger than this. I mean, it's really cute. It's really cute. I was literally just walking around. There wasn't that many people in there, so there, you know, I wasn't filming that much in there. I just kind of wanted to get in, get out, because I've seen a lot of Christmas markets, and I really want to show you the Derry one. And then I'll have shown you 3 Christmas markets, and then if I show you New York, that'll be 4 within one Vlogmas. So it was really cute. It's funny how like similar a format all of the different Christmas markets use, but it was definitely very festive and definitely very cute. I just like being at a Christmas market when it's dark outside, because they're very intimate, that you can see everyone. So I kind of like, you know what I mean, like a little dark Christmas market. It was very cute. I have just had the nicest like little afternoon. The kitties are being so like just cuddly and cute. Please ignore the mess. I haven't cleaned that part yet. But like Tyler will not leave my side. The other 2 really couldn't care. But like Tyler is not leaving my side. And he's like my Brighton day 1. So whenever we're reunited, I just love it so much. But I love this guy so much. Yeah, the other 2 really couldn't give a shit. Anyway, I'm about to start filming videos. But I want to show you the really pretty sunset that's happening. I must have like no neighbors right now because I haven't seen a single neighbor all day today. I mean, I love it. But look at this really beautiful sunset. Isn't this so beautiful? See, even Tyler's waiting for me right here. This is a sign of missing Dolly, that there's a little tennis ball right there. I didn't even know I had a bowl out here. What the fuck? It has like algae in it. Oh shit, need to clean that up. The dogs were never drinking from that. It was just left out here for reference. But very beautiful. Very beautiful. I mean, like, oh, as you can see, here's the filming room. This is something I wanted to bring up as well. Okay, so, as you can see, the filming room, it's the 2nd bedroom. Now, my apartment contract is up in April, and it, like, renews in March, right? And I really love my apartment. Sorry, we're gonna be in darkness for, like, a little second. I love my apartment so much. We're aware of this. Remember the thing I told you I need to get fixed? Yeah, the door handle accidentally came off, and I need to get it fixed badly. But anyway, so I like can't even close this door fully, or else I'm locked in here forever. There's all the cardboard cutouts up there, so I'm gonna close this door ever so slightly. Okay. Alright, so let me plug in the light, and I'm gonna have a little conversation with you right before we start filming main channel videos, because finally I'm back in my little setup, so I actually can properly film. Alright, okay. Turn this light off. We can come over and talk right in front of the light. Give it a second. Give it a second. There we go. Oh, it's really bright, isn't it? Very unflattering. Anyway, so it's really unflattering light. But the sunset in the back. Okay, so this is a 2-bedroom apartment. And this is the 2nd bedroom. Now, my apartment is up in March or April, and I want people's advice on this. I do not need a 2-bedroom apartment. And I feel that I'm wasting my money, because I feel that, like, renting anyway is, like, I, like, cry when my money goes off. And I, like, had that conversation with, like, my nana and granddad, and they're always telling me, you know, you should be, you know, putting your money into, like, a mortgage rather than renting. And my accountant says the exact same thing, and I 100% agree. But the reason I haven't is because, let me actually put my camera up here because I really do want to talk about this for a second. The reason I haven't is because I have no idea where I want to live. Like, I have no idea where I want to live. So I don't want to, you know, because the money that you pay in rent, you know, especially like for this apartment, I could be putting it in a mortgage. I don't know if I want to live in Brighton forever. I don't know if I want to live in Paris forever. I don't know if I want to live in Derry forever. I don't know if I want to, like, live in America. Like, it just seems like tying myself down. And at a certain stage, I have to, like, remind everyone around me, like, my life is so uncertain. And that's one of the scariest things about it. But it's also one of the most exciting things about it. Like, I look at it in many different ways. So, for me, I'm just turned 20. I've been doing YouTube, like, for my job, like, a year. And who's to say that this time next year, no one will care about me and no one will watch my videos and then it's not my job anymore. That's also something that can happen and I'm okay with that. Or who's to say I'll be doing YouTube for 10 years and it'll be my job in 10 years. Like,
it's uncertain, and I have no problem with that. I actually look at that as an exciting thing. I live day by day, month by month, so I just wouldn't want to put all my eggs in one basket. Does anyone understand that? So my question is, I'm going to be renting for a while. Against everything that my family is telling me to do, I want to figure out where I want to live first. Now, obviously, moving to Paris is a big deal. And it is something I've been considering for a long time. Now, I'm also realistic in understanding that that's a very big decision, and that's a very hard decision when you have animals. So a lot goes into it. So I don't necessarily know if I will be able to fulfill that within now in April. The animals need pet passports, they need specific vaccinations, and there's so much that goes into it, right? So I'm being realistic about it, and I'm being realistic that I will probably also be in Brighton come April. It's not as easy as being like, I want to move to Paris and I'm going to do it next month. There's so many things that go into it. But my landlord asks for 6 months rent up front. Every single 6 months. And that was originally agreed because I moved from my parents' house in Ireland to my own apartment, and they didn't know if I could afford it. They didn't know if I was, a risk, a liability, whatever. So the landlord made me sign a contract that was, I will pay 6 months up front for the first 6 months to prove that I can afford the apartment, at least for 6 months. So say after 6 months I couldn't afford it, at least, they would know 6 months in advance, if you get me. That and my deposit, whatever. Now, every single 6 months, I've kind of fought back and been like, the 6 months payment was agreed because I was a new tenant. Why am I, after 2 years, having to do 6 months every 6 months? And they're like, your landlord, they only want that, whatever. So here's my thing. I don't want, at the end of this 6 months, to really be in this apartment again. And now the reason for that is the rent, you're paying for 2 bedrooms. And I would much rather, now my accountant is saying this to me, my granddad is saying this to me, my mother is saying this to me, my father is saying this to me, everyone around me is saying that with the amount of money I'm paying for 2 bedrooms, I don't even use this room. No one stays over. My family come over maybe once a month, or once every, 6 months. I should be moving somewhere that has 1 bedroom, has enough room for me and the animals, saving that extra bit, and then, instead of the 2 rooms or whatever, and I completely agree with that. So, am I wrong for saying this to my landlord? That when my apartment's up for renewal, the contract either changes, that I don't have to pay 6 months up front, and I can pay month by month like every other person, or I'm moving out. Now, the reason for this as well is because, unfortunately, I'm an adult now, and I pay tax and all these different things. So, a payment of 6 months coming out of your account every single 6 months affects my score with the bank a lot more than if it was coming out month by month. So I just wanted to be like, could we do month by month payment instead of having to take this huge sum of money out every 6 months and kind of gradually do it month by month like every other person who rents. And they keep pushing back and being like, no, you signed, to do 6 months upfront payment. I don't know if any of this, if I'm explaining this well. Do you hear Milo? But I'm pushing back and being like, that was agreed, and it was in the paperwork agreed for the first 6 months. And so, is it bad for me to be like, if this isn't changed, I am gonna move out? Because I just think at a certain stage, the more I keep this apartment with this extra bedroom with no one living in here, it's becoming a clutter space. I am literally just using it as storage. And that's so wasteful. And there's apartments in this apartment block that are 1 bedroom, and I think that that is so much smarter than all like this. And it's that's where my thinking's at right now. What's gonna happen is, because I realistically don't think I can do Paris between the next couple months. I do not think that that can happen. But all I'm saying is is it wrong for me to say to my landlord, I don't want to have to, pay 6 months worth of rent and a month of deposit, or an extra month on top of that for the extra costs that they do with animals and stuff like that. I don't want to do that every single 6 months instead of just being able to pay my rent per month. Because it kind of feels like a slap in my face, almost like they don't trust me as a tenant and they don't whatever. And it just affects my bank account every 6 months. Whenever I pay my tax at the start of the year, it hits your account. And then every 6 months you're paying 6 months rent and an extra month on top of that. Like, those are two huge things coming out of your account. And whenever I talk to my friends about it, they're like, oh no, like we just pay per month with our rent. And everyone I know does the same thing. And I feel like I'm being like, I don't want to, like, all love to my landlord and all love to my property manager, because they've all been great throughout my stay, and I genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart. I think they're great. I think the property's amazing. They've been great to talk to. They've been whatever. But I just don't think that it's necessary for me when it was originally, I was like a liability to rent to. I'm not a liability to rent to anymore, because we're 2 years in. I've never been late on payments. I've always paid every single thing. My credit score's great, thankfully. But like, why would I have to do that? Whereas I could just move into another apartment, also within this block with a different landlord, that I'm paying per month. It just, does that make sense? Like, why I'm frustrated by that? Because whenever I sit down with my accountant every 6 months, and he's like, oh my god, like this huge chunk of money comes out of your account every 6 months. I'm like, yeah, but it wouldn't look that much, and it wouldn't, you know, hit my account so heavy if you were paying per month. Does that make sense? Like, if I was paying rent per month for the entire year, it would look at least less, and it would affect my account less than if it would come out of my account 6 months worth of rent and the extra bit every 6 months. Now, I just think at a certain stage, also, my contract, if I was to move in with another landlord, they might also be like, we want to do 6 months by 6 months payment, because that's all I've ever known. And I just feel that it's like, it's almost as if I'm not being trusted to like pay, even though I've never been late. I've always been, like, all these different things. I just feel that if I was to move to an apartment down there, move to an apartment in Paris, move to an apartment in Ireland, all these different places, they'd be like, how would we know that you would pay your rent every single month? Because you've only on paper paid 6 months by 6 months. And I feel like I'm being done dirty. Like, I feel like, again, I don't mean any disrespect to my landlord or whatever like this. This was a contract I signed, but why can't it change? Like, again, they're all great. I'm not dissing them. I love them. Like, whenever I have property visits, they've always been so nice. I really cannot hype them up enough, and I recommend this apartment block to absolutely everyone. But all I'm saying is, I think it's affecting me in the long run to only have on paper that I am paying like 2 times a year for my apartment. It just doesn't make sense why I would still have to do that after 2 years. And I just think that I would love to start a new contract that would be paying per month, get my credit score up, because it's going to affect my credit score the more I pay 6 months by 6 months, because it's not monthly payments. And if they're not willing to do it at this specific apartment, am I wrong for just being like, okay, well, I need to move out? Because that was such a brain fuck of opinions and things that I was saying, so I apologize. My concluding thoughts is my granddad, my accountant specifically, are telling me that my credit score will be a lot better, significantly better, if I'm paying per month in my apartment, not paying what I'm currently doing. So am I wrong for telling my current landlord, if the contract will not change, which they've told me they don't want to change it in the past, if they don't want to do that, that's fine, but that's not the contract for me anymore, and move out and actually start to build up my credit score of paying per month. I'm sorry if that was a lot of like blah 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 blah, but it's like, it's something that's so frustrating, because when I talk to all my friends about it, they're all getting like a really good credit score, and I have not, my credit score has like not changed in 2 years, whenever I've been paying rent for 2 years. And I have like nothing to show for it. Other than, you know, they could vouch for me by being like, yeah, he paid 6 months every 6 months. That's not as good as like every single month, on that day, I was not late, I paid it, whatever. Does that make sense? And do you understand why I'm frustrated? I just like, maybe I'll reach out to them and they'll be like, yeah, let's change the contract, if they know I'm serious about moving out. But that's why I'm like, if they don't want to do that, is it worth my while to just move into a different apartment? Probably within the same block, like it'll be like the exact same apartment, just a different landlord, with a contract that's by month by month. I just, like, I'm so scared of being an adult, and I want to be doing everything correctly, and I feel that I'm at the age where I should be making my best effort forth to have a good credit score, have, you know, good credentials, by my name when it comes to like being on time for payments, whether that's just like my phone bill or whatever like that. My granda has really instilled that in me, and I feel that I'm not fulfilling that right now with the current contract. Again, this was the contract that I signed, but I signed it, you know, because I had never rented before, so it's no one's fault except for mine. But I'm just saying that, is it okay for me, or am I overreacting that if, you know, they don't want to change the contract, that I just move out? And now again, there's other properties in this apartment block that I could move into. I'm pretty sure they're all 1 bedrooms, which is why I was saying at the start of this, like, I don't use this room anyway, so like, if I had to, you know, downgrade to a 1 bedroom, I really wouldn't care. But it's like, I'm just so scared of being an adult, and I want to be doing everything correctly, and I think I really got like a stick up my ass whenever I was looking at apartments in Paris, and they were like, your credit score needs to be good, you need to have a good like referral, like paying per month with your rent, and I'm like, oh my god, I have nothing to show for that because I've been doing 6 months by 6 months. I'm sorry that was a lot. I know that a lot of you, 90% of you don't care, and I'm sure most of you skip past this. I do not blame you, but it's something that's weighing so heavily on me because I get so stressed whenever I get to the time of renewing my apartment, because I'm like, I know I really shouldn't be doing this. I should be like getting a, you know, a different contract. I don't know. Let me know.